right. Looks like it's working. Hello and good evening. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's SEO Mastermind weekly video, what I'd love to go ahead and share with you is search engine positioning. We'll go through some analysis of websites for off-page. Might also cover some schema markup, some technical sides of SEO, and answer your questions that you left. I'll get through them all today. Before I get into all of that here, let me just share this with you. On your screen, if you're on a mobile device, please take the time. You can scan the QR code, or you can just click that box. I think there's a little, I believe there is. I think there's a URL. I'm not sure. I think I set it up correctly, but if not, scan the QR code. You can go over if you want to talk with me, or you could visit SEOmastermind.org. Get on the list if you're interested in future masterminds. Enough about me. How can I help you? So let's get into that now. So let's take a look at the questions that you left. I think it could be fruitful for the both of us. If you have any questions while we're speaking tonight, feel free to go ahead and ask them. I love live questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. I'll go through. I can take a look at Google business profiles, your off page, your on page, your sites, your Google Maps listings, anything you need. That's why I'm here. So let's take a look at these. I pose this question. I always do this before the masterminds in order to get some feedback, perhaps some talking points for the day. So we had this question here. There's not much that you haven't covered. So thank you, South Charlotte Services. Then we have, what is this? MS of Week. Thank you for that question. Detailed audit of a GBP. How to plan rankings on page and off. You could probably do that one. Where do I start with expired domains? That's pretty cool. CRO. So this could be a really good one. CRO and conversion rate. My specialty is not CRO. My specialty is optimizing in order to get to the top. And then you enlist people that run ads. Here's what we'll do generally. If I'm looking for insights on CRO, first and foremost, my number one priority is getting up to the top, get page one. Once we start getting some visibility and get people to the pages, what I'll then do is I'll start looking at primary key term and key term variations to take a look at, okay, who's running advertising on Google in these positions? Now, why would we do this? Well, we'll pull up the players that have been running ads for the longest period of time. For instance, let's say you want to win, I don't know, AC repair company in Fort Lauderdale. Well, once we get up to the very top and we want our pages to be more optimal for sale, what I like to do is I'll look at on SEMrush under the ads. You know how you can look at advertisements? If I see somebody that's been running on top of my key terms, for longer than 3 months, and they haven't changed it, it's the same ads going to the same page, well, that's a winning ad and it's a winning page. Oftentimes when you get to a page that's heavily created for conversion, there's nothing else to do except for convert. And usually you want to put these on a subdomain. It'll be a different page. Its sole purpose is to lead to conversion or an appointment or whatever your call to action is, right? But you can usually pick up a lot. Things like, okay, well, what are they saying? What is their messaging? Is there a video at the top? Is there a form? Because once the customers have been seeing the same type of thing, when they get to a page that's wildly different, they're offstandish, right? I want them to land on our page and not only be comforted, but also see something that's very familiar to them, right? So I like to get my insights from ads that have been running a long period of time, especially if something's not working or once we reach organic rank. All right, so maybe some ideas for you. I might be able to show you how to do that if you'd like. Keyword research. This is an interesting one. And again, we'll do small tutorials, but I just wanted to read these out and thank the people that took the time to ask the question. I do appreciate them. If you leave a question, I'll take the time to answer them and maybe do something for you, okay? So this comes from PNN Eba. Okay, PNN Eba. See, I'm never clever with my names. I just write Chris Palmer, So how to do keyword research to get low difficulty, high search volume LSI keywords to rank for. This is intriguing. It's almost as if they might have heard these terms and they jumbled them together. I think I wrote, so LSIs are secondary terms. So when you're talking about a primary term, you also talk about, they're called LSIs, or co-occurring key phrases. So these are the words that will often come up when talking about a certain subject. For instance, if you're a car accident lawyer, right? The word collision, the word crash, things along these lines would come up. This would be your LSI or co-occurring key phrase. I can walk you through a process on how I like to find these, and we can do that today. That's a great one. Miller Softwash, thanks for this question. Can I link a second GMB to a city service page? My main one is to my home page. Okay, let's start with this one briefly. All right, let's walk through this. Okay, and then we'll get into the main topic of today, because this could be a relatively easy one. So can I link a second GMB to a city service page? My main one goes to my home page, and that's often the case. So here, we'll come over here to the whiteboard. Let me just show you something. All right. Oh, I picked this one out too because I saw it. So firstly, I want to point this out. Maybe I don't need a drawing, but why not? If you have your main website and this is your homepage, right? On your homepage, you'll also have probably a service page, correct? Right? Just for video's sake, we'll do it this way. And then you'll have your service, not dervis, but service location, correct? And then you might have other service location pages. Now, if you're doing multiple states, which I don't recommend in the current climate, right? I think that having state-specific and then targeting multiple cities within that state is probably in your best interest, at least in the niches that I'm in. So let's just say that we're in one state, all right? So the best thing would be that my homepage would be, let's say, we buy houses, I don't know, PHOENIX. No, my mistake. We buy houses AZ.com. Let's just say, for instance. So we have the state page. That's my top level. The next thing is I want to have my service. But in this instance, we'll also have our service location. Our service is pretty clear. We buy houses, right? We're looking for motivated sellers. So what we're going to have are these service location pages. And that would look something like this. And I'm getting to your question here. So we have the we buy houses az.com / sell my house fast, PHOENIX, we'll just say. So you don't have to write sell my house fast, but inside the URL, especially when we're looking at page, because Google ranks pages, not sites, right? Yes, they look at the overall authority and the internal linking, but it's generally on a page-by-page basis. Do you answer the query? Do you meet the intent that Google wants to show, right? So when we're taking a look at this, we buy houses, sell my house fast, Phoenix, we're saying the main entity services people that are selling their homes in Arizona. And then / more depth of concept, sell my house fast in Phoenix. Then we'll also have here, in order so I don't have to write this again because I'm the slowest writer in the world, or typer, to answer your question. All right, we don't need this one because we're talking about this particular industry. And then what we'll do is we'll say, how about Scottsdale? All right, this actually, I'm using this example in order to answer this for someone else too. So bring this over here and we'll say this is a page and this is a page. So our homepage is talking about what we offer and where we offer it in this specific state / the cities that we provide. Now, I will have a Google business profile. So let's just say over here, I have my GBP, but I also have another GBP. So instead of sending the initial GBP, because I got it first to the homepage, and boxing myself in and just saying, hey, the whole site is only about this, because nothing validates an entity better than Google Business Profile. You have that GBP, think how easy it is to then get your aggregators, how easy is it to get your PR, how easy is it for you to get on Bing, right? Once I set that main entity and it's been verified and vetted by Google, everything else is much easier to achieve, correct? As far as getting your business listed on the directories and the aggregators. You with me? So instead of doing this and knowing that Google ranks pages, not sites, right? What I would much rather us do is as we get more GBPs, we build it to the top level service page here, okay? So we can build this to this specific page. And then as we're building our depth of concept, we have our products, we have our services, because I'm talking about the Google Business Profile. You have services and you have your products. Well, what would be the products? And why is that important? There's only 2 URLs that actually will cause Google to come over and check your page. How do we know this? Because when we're working on a website and we're looking at our server logs to see who's been coming to the pages, we can see that anytime a product is created or updated, Google will come to the page to check, right? The other aspect is it seems pretty frequently they'll also come to the main URL, you know, your primary URL, where you'll put your homepage usually in Google Business. Here, let's just say it's We Buy Houses. I'll show you this. So We Buy Houses, so like here, see how it says website? Whatever's linked here, they'll consistently crawl. And then also if you put products in, they also will come over and crawl. All right. Another one is if you create an event or an offer. All right. So it's key to put in your products. So if I'm putting this, each of my GBPs will go over to the internal page talking about the city. That way it's relevant all the way through. And then what I would do in this particular instance, say I have multiple locations, but I don't want to keep building out different pages. Like I don't want to have We Buy Houses, Sell My House Fast for Cash, Phoenix or Scottsdale. I don't want a bunch of these. Right? I just want to have one on my website. So then when I'm putting these in, when I have information, why sell my house fast, right? Who should sell their house fast? These would be the URLs that I utilize for the products. That way I only have to create one and I have more opportunity to bring in more people without cannibalizing the other pages. Are you with me? Now, why is this? These types of terms in this industry, most notably, would be considered blended. So that means that it's kind of like a best of list or a top list. Yes, it has commercial intent, but it also has informational intent behind it as well. Google will show these commercial terms as information. Great strategy. Houseo, HomeLight, lots of businesses do it. Real Estate Witch or whoever they're called, they utilize that strategy primarily. So how can we leverage that? So we build our primary link to the top level page. If we get another GBP, we build it to the other city page. And then we build evergreen informational content to cover the rest of the terms in order to build our links in. You with me? Products will go to those pages. All right. That answers your question. And then the other dude I was talking to, James, that answers the question for you. But since we're here and we're talking about this industry, I'll cover another one. He so happens to be in Arizona. But let me point this out. He wants to get a domain. He wants to get a domain, and I recommended to him that all the winners in Arizona, when you go and look, have 10 years of age, right? 5 years, 10 years. They have a long run. So in order to compete with that, I need a domain that's 3 years or more that hasn't dropped. The domain's age when it was first registered and the time that it's been actually on a host are two different things. How long has it been in Google's forward-facing index without changing? This is one of the metrics of authority. Age is the factor, of an important factor that's never talked about, but it's critical. So if I see guys that are in there for 5 or 10, or gals, business owners that have, 5-year, 10-year run ahead of me, I need at least 3 years or better to compete, all right? The next element is if I'm only talking about or working within one state and I want to hit the cities, this is exactly the structure that I would utilize. I have my homepage targeting the state, and then it's / primary keyword plus city, all right? I don't want towns, I don't want neighborhoods, and what I want to do here is when I'm talking about these big cities, on these pages, I can incorporate county, I can incorporate the neighborhoods, I can incorporate the zip codes. Everything that encompasses Scottsdale will be covered within that page. For instance, Scottsdale, AZ, all right? What county is it in? So it's in this county. So now I can talk about Scottsdale in this county. On top, because I'm not going to build out a page for everything, only the main cities. And then I want a GBP in the main city. You with me? So then on this, then the next thing is Scottsdale AZ. What are the zip codes? Get your list. All right, so I want all these zip codes. I want the neighboring areas, the towns, the zip codes. This is how you pinpoint, and this is how I can convey to Google, here's who we are, what we do, and where we're at. All right? Okay, what's the next thing? Oh, here's the other element. He was buying a domain. And my recommendation was, for the homepage, he asked, does it have to contain a primary term? And I told him it needs to contain AZ, the word sell, the word buy, the word homes, the word house, the word cash, the word fast, right? Any of these words needs to be in the primary domain's name. And we need something that's been online, ideally been hosted, even if it was just sitting dormant. If it was parked but owned by the user, that's fine. But it has to be in the forward-facing index for at least 3 years. Or you know, plan on waiting at least a year plus. And hitting first page is easy. Hitting top 3 is difficult. So what I would guarantee is it needs to contain any of these words, but which ones have to be there, there's no way around it, is AZ, okay, Arizona. And no matter what, there has to be one of these two terms. Sell, buy, or house, or homes, or any variation thereof. House, home, buy, or sell with AZ in any order has to be there. And then if you want to be more specific and have more opportunity, you throw fast or cash on top of it. But these are non-negotiable words like AZ and either buy or sell, okay? In any order. It doesn't matter. So that's how we would handle that. That way I can tell Google, no matter what, the plan is I want to take over Arizona, right? So right here, we buy houses, I'm in Arizona, / here's all the city pages. And then after this, I can build all my authority or depth of concept off of the root, right? Like see these ideas that we talked about, like who sells my house fast, right? Top sellers to sell my home quickly, right? You build evergreen, not location specific, but evergreen informational for 2 reasons. 1, for the GBP, and 2, for secondary terms that I want to go and capture. There's actually another one, depth of concept. So now I have my informational, right? I have info, and I have location service page, and I'm targeting the state. My whole site, from top to bottom, is about this particular service that we provide in this particular area. And I have the depth. And what's great about this is I can internally link out the wazoo because it's all topically relevant. And that's why you build homepage first with state and then you hit the cities. All right. And then we talked, if you see this video, which I think you might, like I've scaled a lot of these sites. This was the industry that changed my whole life. But yeah, so that's how you do that. And soft wash, Miller soft wash, hopefully I answered that question for you as well. Yes, you can build it to the internal pages. There cannot be another mention of that location though. Like if I have 2 GBPs, right? It stinks when you establish a business, you point to the primary, the homepage, and then you get another location and you want to add the location on, right? Like I can't put them both on the homepage. Plus, Google for however many years has already identified that, hey, Miller Soft Wash is at this location. Plus, I have all of these referring domains, all of these aggregators, all of this information to back up that Soft Wash is at this location. You know, multi-location needs to be determined at the start of a campaign, you know, because then it's just so much more work as you grow. All right. But yeah, separate the pages. Do it to an internal page. All right, next topic. So let's talk about search engine positioning. All right, so I'm in a particular market. It might be in a different city, but let's just say that it's in the law market, okay? So let's come on over here. Do you have any questions for me right now? Let's see. Still connect with William Jones? Periodically I talk to him. Nice guy. Love from Pakistan. Great to see you. All right. All right, let's talk about search engine positioning, and love from USA back to you, brother. Last one here. And again, you can get more questions in if you have anything at all that I could help you with. I'll do it for you now. I have 50 credits of Ahrefs and got Moz Pro for just 30 days. My first practical step, all theory, got last 3 years, all about SEO, affiliate, digital marketing, blogging, but can't start. What? Just my practical first step, all theory, got last 3 years, all about SEO, affiliate. Your first, are you asking me what you should do first? Well, first, have you identified what you are selling? What are you going into the marketplace with? What unique sales proposition do you have? PC Pulse. I assume you do PCs. Have you established a location? Have you established work or testimonial or review? Can you talk about jobs that you've done in the past? If you've made it at least that far, you've identified a product, a unique sales proposition, and you've verified that you can actually perform the task and deliver the task on the promise. If we're talking about websites, the first thing I would do is I would identify, are there any exact matches within the area that you want to service? For instance, if you're doing PCs, right? So it's PC Pulse, let's just say it's a PC repair, I don't know, pick a city. How about Allentown? That's close to me. So PC repair in Allentown, what I'm looking for is there anybody there that has an exact or a partial match domain already? Because Google will usually reward one, right? So if I have zero plans on expanding in the future, I'm just a one-man show, and I just want to be able to provide for myself, right? I would first identify, is there anybody there with that name? Oh, there's not. Great. The next thing I would look at is I would go to Cloudflare domains, and this will solve two things for you. One is I can purchase high-quality hosting, right? So Edge Network, super fast service, great security. It's all in one, and it's easy to deploy, right? So I have my hosting, and then I can also, on top of that, get registration. So what I would go to is look up Cloudflare domains like this, come into here, and then type it in. So what is it? PCRepairAllentown.com. We want a .com, .net, or .org, but not if someone else has our exact match or our partial already. So look at this. PC Repair in Allentown is available. Perfect. So that's what I would do. I would purchase this, right? And then the very next step after that, if you really want to know, is you go and get what is called a Google Workspace, all right? It's $6 a month, all right? Now what this is doing is this is buying trust with Google from the door. You're not going to do meta tag verification. You're going to do DNS verification, all right? You're going to sign up for that workspace as a business, an organization, all right? What you want to do here is you're going to sign up for this, $6 a month, $6 or $7. It's very affordable. Pay for the year, you'll get a slight discount. And then you want to go and choose your location after you've been verified, after you have your mail, after you've been registered. You choose the location or your home or wherever and set up your Google business profile. Simple. Once that Google business profile is set up, make sure you sync it to Bing. All right? After that, here's what you need to do. You want to go to Data Axle, all right? Then you want to go to Foursquare. Then you want to go to Monta. Then you want to go to White Pages. Then you want to go to Axiom. Then you want to go to Newstar or Localese. And then you want to go to Yahoo Business Listings, all right? Set those 7 citation sources up, all right? Or aggregators is what I pointed you to. Set those up, all right? Then the next thing is going to be figure out what services all mean the same thing. For instance, you said you did PC repair, right? So PC repair in Allentown, all right? But that you might also do, RAM installation, right? In Allentown, PA. Or you might fix laptops, right? So like laptop fix, Allentown. And what we're looking to identify is how many services can I pack into a page? You know, it's no longer about how big the site is, but how many keywords can I rank that page for? The more terms that I rank that page for, the more relevant I am. The more relevant I am, the higher I rank. You with me? So what we're looking to do here is we're putting a geo modifier on there on purpose, and we're looking to see, does Google think these are the same thing? Yes or no? So we just look at homepage showing, stores at Staples. We have another Excel, and then this guy here, where is he? And Ashmore. Okay, so now let's look at the RAM. So Google doesn't know what RAM is, so that's different. Google is showing car parts, so that's not going to work. So we're out of that one. Here we go. So same guy at the top. Look at this, 2 home pages. Aha, we've identified 2 services that we could talk about on one page. Now your goal is think about all the things that you do and get yourself a list. Get that list and figure out, okay, which variation of this service list actually has volume, meaning people looking for it. I don't care if it's 10 people. That's 10 more than you had yesterday looking for you and your services, right? And then you craft your page. You make your page. Those services, those types that have search volume that I just went through, like, you know, PC and laptop, meaning the same thing as far as repairs in Allentown, they mean the same. Well, those are your headers. Service types are your headers. And you construct your page, all right? If you're really at the beginning, that's what I would do to start, all right? And then when you're bored out of your mind, right? Next time you're bored, you and your boys are sitting around playing darts, right? What you want to do is you ask which one of these guys here, which one of your homies, has a flipping printer, or maybe you already have one, right? And what you want to do is you're going to make a piece of paper, you're going to take a piece of paper, you're going to go to Walmart and buy yellow paper, okay? And you're going to make yourself one piece of paper like this. You're going to put it into 3. So that way it's 3 different little ads. And what you're going to do is you're going to write your brand, phone number, call me if you need PC help. And you're going to go to the local grocery store and you're going to put one of those on every flipping car. All right? All of them. And then the next day you're going to do the same thing. And the next day after that you're going to do the same thing. And eventually, you'll get a call. But you have to have the website and the GBP set up already. That way, when they go and they type in your name, not only will you raise higher, right? Somebody's going to look. Somebody's going to look for you. Plus, people don't have the audacity to do this anymore, at least not in my area. It's highly effective. But that's the way to get that buzz, like, get something. Don't always just stick digitally. That would be my best advice. All right, so there you go. That's all I got for you right now. All right, anything else? All right, is it really that easy to verify GMB? I mean, I left out a lot there, Wilson. But, well, is it easy to get the initial? Yeah, it's easy to set up a GBP if you have an actual business. Now, as far as doing it on the gray side, if you know what the follow-up questions are going to be, or you know how to, yes, it's easy. Yes. Now, if you just go buy it, is it going to work? No. I left out quite a bit, but the grand scheme of things, if you're an actual business owner and you have an actual LLC and you have a registered agent and you have a business credit card to buy Google Workspace with, and your business location is a commercial location, and you have the citations and the directories and the aggregators set up previously, and you have all the social medias pointing back, yeah, you could potentially get it to go, yeah. Yes. All right. That was your question? Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I could get them to stay. Another issue, though, that comes up, though, is when they want to re-verify. So, yeah, that can be an issue. But, yeah, that's a different type of talk. I recommend that you do it by the book. That's my public recommendation. Privately, another story. But I think it should always be done by the book, to be honest with you, because there's always scrutiny. I mean, there's literal teams of people that look for this stuff. So, plus your competition, there's Google, people looking for it, plus there's any mistake that you make yourself. So that's 4 to 5 people working against you, you know? And just because you get it verified doesn't mean that it's actually visible to compete, right? So there's a lot to it. All right. Okay, so we went through most of those. There's another one up here that we'll get through. Let's take a look at this local positioning, all right? So we're going to base this off of oh, I thought I left it. I guess I didn't. Here, we'll use this one. All right. So we're going to take a look at this. Hypothetically speaking, we want to win a... That's fine. All right. So what we want to do here is we want to win terms like car accident lawyer in DC, car accident attorney DC. Now we're shifting to what is called search engine positioning. Okay. So there's 2 different ways and 2 different phrases that we want to look at. So we need to identify first and foremost who is the true winner in not only the organic or blue link, but who's also the winner dominantly inside of maps. All right. So we're looking at players that are consistently showing up for variations of the term. So in this instance, we'll look at car accident lawyer, car accident attorney. We'll do it in searching with a geomodifier, but also we'll do it without the geomodifier. We'll change our location. So what we want to do first is see who's optimized here. Now, I've already pre-did the homework, but I want to walk through this with you. So we're looking at this here. So we could see, and again, this is, I don't have any affiliation. This is strictly for educational purposes only, okay? And this is commentary. I'm giving my commentary, right? So I can, yeah, it's my commentary. So as we take a look here, we're going to look at Cohen and Cohen, Chalkin, and then Gelb. So Cohen, Chalkin, Gelb, so that's who's winning car accident DC. How about car accident attorney in DC? So we have Gelb, Cohen, Chalkin, so the same players here? Yes. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to look without the geo-modified. We're just going to look for car accident lawyers, okay? So when we're searching from Washington, D.C., and I've changed my location utilizing what is called the Valiant Teen app, okay? You can get this complimentary browser if you would like, but then you have, what you really want to do is you can set up, I took their browser and then I added an API key so I could get all the areas. All right, so the free one is iffy, but anyway, so car accident attorney. Now, these might mean the same thing, but due to the competition and also the competition and the optimizations for term and term variation will be the same players, but they'll be in different sort order, meaning they show up in different positions within the SERPs, right? Now, in order to combat this, it's oftentimes done with on-page and technical through internal linking, all right? But we first want to identify, is there anyone that's just winning them all? And more importantly, are they in both places, right? Because being organically relevant or authoritative could be just age and links. But if I'm most dominant in both, right? GBP, I'm also dominant within the organic. They have a different type of formula that we want to see, right? And we're looking to find the stepping stones that will get me to success, or what I like to call the deficits. Where is the deficit between the person I want to work with versus the winners? Where is the deficit, right? So what we're going to do next is car accident attorney, and we're going to do non-geo-modified. All right. So when we're looking at non-geo-modified, we see price moves in. Gelb and Cohen are still here, great. And now lawyers, and I believe that the lawyers has, how about attorneys? Oh my gosh, not even close, Chris. Oh, that's intriguing. Oh, okay. $92 a clip. Woo, doggy. Okay. That's why they call the big dog. All right. Super lawyers, so that's going to be relatively tough to beat. Regan, Price, Ben Crump. This guy's famous. All right. All right, Benny Boy, Top Dog. I always see him in Philly. I see his little ads. The old Top Dog. He's got the best billboards, dude. It's hysterical. Good marketing. Good marketing. He used to be a page tour. All right, so then you got Price and Regan. Okay. Now we're looking at geo-modified. So we still have same players up here. See, but this guy doesn't have any play down below, I don't think. Chomikin. Okay. Yeah. Okay, wow. All right, so Cohen moves way down there. I don't see this Chomkin guy, though. Or however you pronounce that. Whatever his name is. Yeah. Okay. Mike Salam. So this Cohen is a player, huh? Cohen is clicking. All right. And then how far out are you? Let's take a look down the list. So I see these same players up at the top. Chomkin, Gelb, Regan, Price, Benowitz. These guys I see consistently. Who else? Marks and Harrison. Huh. Okay. Let's take a look at this here. Uh-huh. I see. All right, let's take a look at this. No, just, you're out of here. All right, let's fire this up. So I'm going to open up what is called SEMrush. We're going to take a look. I want to look at their backlink profile and see what's going on. I mean, I see this one a lot, but they're not winning organically at all. Yeah, Chonikin, but they're dominant in every flippin'. I don't see Gelb or that Chonikin or whatever the heck his name is. Here's Gelby. Does Gelb show up over here? No. Okay. This one? No. Search Price again. Yeah, they only win one, you know? And they're not winning the non-geo-modified. So, yeah. And Chomkin doesn't get jack. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. So this Price Benowitz seems to be moving. Let's take a look at them. Yeah, Price. Cohen too. Cohen's gonna be our guy. He's in like every SERP. Let's see what this guy's doing. I want to see what... Alright, so this is the one that seems dominant in maps consistently, but I don't see any organic relevance. And maybe their specialty isn't car, which could be car accident. So let's just take a look here. So one of the things that I want to take a look at is we're going to look at anchor. All right, so very consistent. 43. How is it not here when I'm literally looking at it? What do you mean? All right, so they have 20. Let's take a look at these. Are these bangers or they're 5s? Okay, so they're not funneling dough into that. Okay, interesting. This is right on too. Here, let's do it this way. Do these have any relevance at all? They're 5s. Okay, so weak again. Okay. So they're not, okay. So what I was looking at there, or what I was looking to see, is oftentimes if you're going to spend dollars on higher quality links, or links that you control that are high quality, you're generally going to utilize anchor text that you'll get the most bang for your buck, right? So when I'm looking to identify if they're using a forward-facing, non-hidden PBN of some sort, right, or sites that they control, I'm going to look at the exact matches or variations of the primary key terms that they want to win. And then this way, I can see not only how many sites they have in their pocket, right, so I can combat, but also what are the authority of the sites they have in their pocket. You with me? See, in this particular instance, yes, they were using exact match, but these are authority score 5. You know, not something, I highly doubt that they bought those. All right? So now what we're going to do is we want to look at what's more important. And what's much more important is category. All right? So and that's what we're going to look to identify now. So we take a look. Overall is only 767. So now we see why they're not competing organically, right? But what they have figured out is the maps. So they're either been around for a very long period of time, or they've done a lot of local marketing of sorts, for lack of a better term. All right. Like, did they sponsor a basketball team or sponsor something local? Do they have a lot of billboards? They have something local driving them up. It's either age or they have people that are local looking for them consistently. They're running either a bunch of money through LSA, they're either sending some type of social traffic over, they have a bunch of brand prominence in the location. That's why their maps is winning, right? So, but their organic game is off, and it's clear why. But let's take a look and see. Like, I bet you when we look at the big winners, Cohen, Price Benowitz, I forget who else, I have to go look and see. Look at this. Category of link is off too. They have 73 in the legal category. So let's see here. Site has been classified as legal. Gee, who would have thought? And then we take a look at this. So we want to look at the top 4 generally. So it's online, legal, mass, and advertising. Makes perfect sense. So we have 73 that are category specific. Then we have online, mass, and advertising. All of these are going to be very, very common for this industry. But we have 73. And then the level of quality, we're going to take a look. Level of quality based upon SEMrush. See, and what we're trying to do or identify is to build a off-page strategy, or show the process of building an off-page strategy for a different city for somebody different. But this is the process, all right? And I think you're watching. So here, Justia. Okay, so their best links, these are 104s, so these are Cloudflare, 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 Cloudflare. And these are your directory types, all right? So they've gotten listed everywhere. So it's the links they do have are primarily directory based, and that's really cool. Damn, they got a lot. 73 directories. Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start making a list. So you saw those, you got the legals, right? So we're grabbing all the legal links and we're going to start compiling a list, all right? And when we get to it, I'll tell you what you do with the list, but bear with me. All right, so we're going to take this. right? So these are the legal. All right, so we had a 73 on this. These guys are in position. So they're in maps position heavy. They're either dumping 20 grand a week or they're doing something crazy. They got a lot of brand prominence. I'll give them that. But yeah. All right, so all right, next. All right, now we're going to go take a look at these others. All right, who's the other guy up here? Cohen. So let's go take a look at this dude here. Cohen. Did I write Cohen down? Oh, yeah, because this is the true winner up there. Yep. Let's go see what he's got going on. So you saw these categories, right? So legal, advertising. Here, I'll show them to you again. So the match of what you want is that my off-page signaling mirrors my on-page signaling. And this up here is, hey, based upon your backlink profile and the words that are on your page and the links that you're getting, we've identified that this site is primarily a legal site, okay? Now this down here, what they're identifying here is they're looking at the overall, all the links you have that are in our actual index. Here's the categories they're in, okay? And that's what that is. Category is everything. The link graph, that's why you're seeing now sites that are hyper-specific for location. As long as they meet the age requirement, if they get into the link graph, they can usually win with much less. So now we're going to take a look at this Cohen here. And we want to see, we're looking for the play here. We're looking to identify how many, what type. Okay, so we're going to go over here. $1,300. Ah, we're cooking now. All right, classified as legal. Excellent. 400. You see the massively glaring difference? The other person was only winning inside of maps, right? This particular person here, this business, is winning not only maps, but also organically, and they're dominant, right? Now, why could that be? There's multiple reasons, but in the scope of what we're talking about right now being the off page, when we take a look at this, the pages and the category, look at this, 421. Like, that's a clip. That's some guap right there. That cost some money. That cost a grip right there. Now, we start looking at this. Ah, and two, look at this. See these types of sites? So these are generally your Cloudflares or your... These are generally owned by guys that look like me. Okay? But these are all right on point. So we have lower quality, legal, category-specific sites. These are relatively easy to set up. It's like the kind of crap you'd get from like a Fat Joe or I don't know. You know, your vendors, your $200 to $400 a piece vendors, they'll give you crap that looks like this. Very easy to replicate. So, and that's what we're looking to identify. Okay, so I'm looking to identify, okay, what does the king player have? Because if I'm working on an asset that has all the other criteria, they have brand prominence, they have billboards, they have traffic, they have LSA. The last piece they're missing is to identify how to get into the link graph. They're just lacking skill. That's it. But they know who to call, don't they? All right, so we're going to take a look at this here. Now, there's another element that I want to look at, but we're going to grab this first. Yeah. Okay, give me that. Okay, give me this. Bear with me here. We gotta pick a couple of these up. Now, I'm doubting, looking at those links there, I don't think these are... Once we get through here and I figure out what the master list is, I'll tell you why we're getting the list. A lot of these, I'm assuming, are set up for winning, you know, like they're PBN style. Well, let's look. Let's look at the more authoritative ones. I'll tell you right now. All right, so these types, we see all of these. This is your usual suspects. These are your directories. Lawyers.com, like everybody could get these. Martindale, US Legal. So this type of list here, once we identify all of the directories, I'll look for the deficit that my employer is missing, okay? Once we identify those, I'll enlist my builder to go build those. But then we're looking to figure out, well, how many categories specific that are authoritative do we need to go and set up, all right? Or buy. It doesn't make sense to, look at this. These are all the same server. Oh. Let's go take a look at this. Uh-oh. Access, so it's a portal of some sort? 21321. Oh, I see. 141213. Oh. I just want to see, is this... Same name, same style. Interesting. Hyper-specific. That is an interesting way to set up a PBN. That's a good idea. It might be real. Interesting. All sitting on the same server. Interesting. All right, let's go down. 141. Look at all these sitting on the same server. See this? More. Here's another one. All the same. Look at, here's another one. Interesting. Does this have the same style? Vertitex? Okay. Get rid of these. Ah, interesting. Yeah. And there's two ways to generally handle this. So one of the fun ways is you grab all these like this and you put them into a text document as if they're pointing to your website, and you submit them to the disavow. No, I would never. Yeah, this is somebody, look at this, same server. Gotcha. No. All right, so these are all the same. They might not, this looks like a Cloudflare. They're all USA. Oh yeah, they own these. Here, let's just for fun, let's take a look at and see what the anchor text is. And then straight brand. So brand, then we're pointing to, and then as we look at these, are these all pointing to individual pages? Building about 2 to 4 to each page. Lawyer, brand, and then attorney. Okay, is that consistent? Let's do one more randomly. Is that the consistent? So, okay, brand, lawyer, brand. So variations of brand, that's interesting. Cohen, N, Cohen, PC with a comma. And then without, interesting. Interesting branded anchor text to give diversity. Interesting. Well done, sir. Okay. Okay, well done, well done. Well done. We're not dealing with a slouch here. Okay, 400. That's some guap right there, boy. Let me see here. Let's see what that would cost. Is it 4 G's, that's nothing. Yeah, and then some of these are directories. I could replicate this for about $4,000. Okay, moving forward. What was that primary anchor text? Was probably primary anchor was brand, I assume? Brand and variations of brand. I need to see what the other categories were. Bear with me. So right on it. Damn. Online, wellness, and healthcare. So these ones make sense because of the practice areas that they're in. So I could see that. I used to see a lot of government and educational, but legal and online service. All right, moving forward. 421. All right, who else is on my list here? Let's take a look at this person here. He's sitting on. So these are the competitors that were winning inside of maps and in organic. I think this one was winning in organic. I saw them in like 3 out of the 4 SERPs. So this could be a potential winner. Got it. All right, we want to pull these out quick. So you're actually in that network there. 141. You only have one of them. I don't know if that's a directory or what. Okay. Well, anyway, here, let's grab this. Is it easier for me to just do this? Let's see. Just give me all these. Cohen Cohen. We're gonna grab this one here. Yeah, I'd say so. Online text tools, extract URLs. This guy's been hitting me with ads. This dude here. Okay. Why do I always select the wrong one? You know, I always get the... Okay, this guy here. All right, this is Regan. All right. He goes to 421. Damn. So that dude's the one clicking too. All right, who's over here? Cohen, Chase. Ah, this dude was booming. Let's take a look at this guy here. What you got going on? Oh, let's go take a look at this young lady here and see what she's got going on. All right. So what we're looking to identify is deficit of we're looking to first identify, okay, what's the primary anchor text that's being utilized? The next step is we need to figure out the total amount of referring domains and then which are the top 4 categories. And then we're looking for a deficit of category, all right? So we'll start with the one that's most relevant. And how do you know which one is most relevant? It's the one that is here, the one that's based upon category. It's usually common sense, but sometimes the category name will be different than your primary key terms or your industry. It'll say for instance, roofing is construction maintenance. It's not roofing. Are you with me? So that's what I mean by that. So now what we're looking at here is we're going to look at this. Okay, so you can see why the dominant is up at the top. I mean, we're about So still the same ones: info, mass media, legal, and online, right? So then we come in here, we go to the legals. And that's the key here we're missing. All right, so we're going to grab this. Give me this list. All right. All right. Go here. Go here. Go here. All right, we're going to add another one. Okay, and then this guy right here is, what, Harris, I believe? Yep, Harrison. Okay. All right. All right. So still, he's got 100. So the difference between a winner and a non-winner, so that tells me, is Gelb sitting on a boatload? Let me go over here and see. Car accident lawyer, what was it? Gelb is in every single one, right? Yep, Gelb. Gelb again, yep. And then this one. Gelb, yeah, all right. I guarantee you they got more than 100 in the legal category. I bet you. The big dog has 400. And that's not to mention the other categories. Shit. 500, okay. I bet wrong. I would have lost that bet. Wow. Still, they're in the same categories, though. Education moves up. So online, mass, legal. They're actually... That is odd. What's the... Let's go here. Anchor. So primarily generic. Then we have brand. Oh, that's a clever way of doing it. This is interesting. Then they just start doing oneers. Car, truck, Maryland, truck, brand, generic, different name of variant. This is very clever. This is the third time I've seen for branded, they're doing variation of name for branded phrase. That is clever. You know what I didn't see this year too? I'm not seeing a lot of winners. They're not doing the stacking like they used to. It's becoming a lot cleaner. Look at this though. It's so clean. It's so manipulated, but right? Like look at this. Car, truck, Maryland. Like it's just like too perfect. Truck accidents. Oh geez. 2-word phrase. Don't break a fingernail. Oh my goodness. But still car. And then look at the amounts. Take a look at this. See the word car? 360. Truck? 350. Maryland? 338. All in that same range. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet they're the same freaking things? So let's keep this sort order. So 15, so nada, rag, markets. Oh, is that why they're doing these? Roger, rag, markets, yeah. It's the same vendor or the same type of link. So wherever they're getting these, they're probably issuing or purchasing these at different times. So first seen, February, October, January. It's got to be like a PR or some type of service where they're buying it monthly. And then like, okay, this month let's do car. Okay, this month let's do truck. Okay, this month let's do this. Or maybe they're doing bi-weekly, but it's looking like monthly, or they're doing bursts of building because they don't have a lot of referring domains. What they are doing though is they're maximizing. Oh, that's what I want to see. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, see? Okay. I see. So they're using 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So they're doing a 5 to 1. In the real estate market, you see a higher range, and what I'm looking at is they've built 77 referring domains have utilized the word Maryland, right? But on each of those sites, they said Maryland 5 times, right? 77 goes into 338, what, about 5, right? Somewhere in that range? Okay, it's 4 times. So that means on every page, they've said it 4 times. You with me? So this is clever. I want to see if it's something, it was an oversight by me. I want to take a look at this guy. Is he deploying this? Okay. Very clever. Big time. Oh, yeah. Empty anchor text. What more notably, this is the guy to beat right here. This is the guy right here. This is the guy. This guy's in my spot. If I was a lawyer, and I'm not, but if I was and I had a website, this is my target right here, this guy. This is the blueprint, 420. So let's take a look at these, specifically these. 421. Yeah, see? Look, they got, oh my gosh, tons. So they're stacking them too. Oh yeah. Okay. But it won't break down for me. I want to see how many in that category. Maybe they're not pinpointing them like that, but it would be cool to see. Let's go back over here. I just want to see, are they doing it egregiously? See, this is almost a 1-to-1 actually. The only time they did it was here when it's empty. And yeah, that's intriguing. So here on this stacked up one, this, and this is branded. Here, this is pretty egregious. 8, 16, 24. Was it 744 divided by 81? Yeah, 9. That's 9 on a site. I mean, that's pretty outrageous. It's pretty outrageous. So, yeah. I mean, they're doing it, but it's not a big primary factor, so that's pretty cool. We're going to look at one more. All right, so we've identified those. Let's grab that other player. Where's my sheet? Who's else? Who else? Oh, Price Benowitz, yeah. See, Crump, this guy's got some bread. I don't see him in the maps, though, a lot. That's the thing. I see Cohen, I see this person, I see Price in the maps sometimes. I see this guy in this RHL person, I see them in the maps sometimes. But they're not dominant. The other thing I'm curious of is I want to take a look at their top pages. I want to see where they're sending the flow. Are they sending the flow to top level? Are they pinpointing specific pages? Are they using a bottom-up approach? Are they using a top-down approach? Or are they going right for the money? It would be not in their best interest to go right for it. They're either using a bottom-up or a top-down. I like top-down, but, you know, I've seen both work. Bottom up is more sneaky, but it costs more money. So I want to win for as cheap as possible without getting a penalty. So here, let's take a look at this. Transactional, see, look at this. Deploying the same type of strategy as the last person. Wow, very similar approach. These co-occurring key phrases is really interesting. I don't know why they would do this. Telegram at anomaly. Oh man, this guy's Man, I would be hot if he did that. Look at this. They did a 4-to-1. Whoever this guy is, I would be hot. They were whacking me, so yeah. And this guy wasn't whacking me specifically, but this is a strategy. Torture people. Anywho. Law firm, so yeah, this is interesting. Look at one site, they put 469, the word law firm on one site, 469 times. Now that's egregious. Would you agree? Like, look at these, look at this. Like, this guy's breaking all the rules. This guy is more doing it like the fun way. Like, look at this one. He might have got whacked. Like, he's messing around with these type of people. This is why he's having these type of problems. But look at this. Marital Eagle, Tommy Munter. Either that or they bought redirects of some sort. And they don't know how to deploy the redirects in order not to get this type of nonsense. So that could be... I'm betting, actually. Car accident lawyer in DC. So look at this. One flipping domain. 1,000 links. That's crazy. This is insane, dude. I got cracked for this. I was like messing around. I got a penalty, personal penalty for that. We were building out Google News websites. And I was cracking pages like 1,000 links with the word SEO, 1,000 links with the word consult, 1,000 links with, dude, I got a penalty for that. So like this kind of stuff right here, this. But it would be in reverse. It would be 1,000 domains with, 10,000 backlinks. And then it would say whatever the word is. I don't do that. It's too egregious. Like, that's too outside. Like, that's how you catch a penalty. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? Plausible deniability. There's no way to even say that wasn't manipulation. Like, it's clear as day. So, anything that's clear as day, I steer clear of nowadays. I try to stay within the line, kind of. Gray area. So let's take a look at this here. This is one of the things I wanted to look at. What we're looking now is we've identified the category. We're going to make another list. Again, I've been adding all of the legal categories. And I'll tell you what we're going to do with that list once we get done doing this. But now what we're going to look at is I want to see, well, which type of approach are they doing their link building? There's only 3 ways to do it, right? You either go top down, and old school is you hit the home page and you power up the site, right? The problem there is, well, it's cool, but I don't like risking. I want 0 risk on the homepage. You fry that homepage, you're done, right? If I get a penalty on the root, I'm toast. If I catch penalties based upon pages, who cares? I don't want to lose a page. I don't want to lose a term or what I would call a keyword grouping. Because the problem is if I have a page out there and it was car accident / and then I run all of my city pages underneath it, and I'm building links to the car accident page, right? And I catch a penalty on the car accident page, that page and any of the terms that are associated with that page, I guarantee you won't be able to get rankings. It's like Google will block, yes, that page, but also almost the grouping of terms that page would be relevant for. So even if I go out there and I create another page that's car accident attorneys instead of lawyers, it won't go. Like Google blocks it when you catch a penalty. It's weird. The only way to get around that I found is to then formulate pages based upon information. Like those top lists, the best ofs, answer the who, what, when, why, where questions. This is a way that I can target then high commercial intent key terms without being penalized when under a penalty. Okay, just for food for thought. Any case, now we're looking at the approach that the winners are taking, and again, there's really only three ways of doing it: top down, bottom up, right, or blast the page. So old school is definitely homepage and hit the page. The 2 approaches that I see generally in more competitive spaces, real estate, law, the spaces that I enjoy, they follow either top down or bottom up. All right. So what we're looking to identify here, and this also tells you skill set of who's managing the SEO. You know, like, are they old school? Because old school will do things different ways, right? What's good about old school guys is they're usually stuck in their ways. So you can craft your strategy around that. All right. In any case, this is my personal opinion, by the way. So we're looking at this. So here's our homepage. So they built a big amount to the homepage, but not as much. They built 768 here. Whistleblower lawyer. So I don't know if they really like doing these. I guess 257. Low T. DC injuries. So personal injuries. So this is a top level page. Okay. So I noticed that their car accident, their truck page, their brain, like any personal injury practice areas, that sub-practice areas, they put underneath this particular category. So when looking at this, yes, on these pages, they were utilizing a go right to the page. This is old school strategy. But on this particular page, for the stuff that's driving, I think, big dollars maybe, they're using a top-down approach. So that's pretty good. And then, yeah, oh, this is interesting. Okay. And then they're whacking the redirect page too. I would assume these are pages that they control, or maybe they switched it at some point. Maybe they've gotten a penalty and they took the dub away and they, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, DC injury. See these down here? So car accident, so they're doing both. They're hitting the page and they're hitting the top level pages as well. All right, what's Cohen doing? Because knowing the types of links, knowing the amount of links is great. The next element is, well, where do you send them? So, and I want to do what's being rewarded, and I want to get the best I can. Also, too, if I see everybody's doing bottom up, like they're basing it, they're doing more riskier, cheaper link building on a bottom up approach through their blog content, I'll start doing top down and start whacking the pages with higher quality stuff. So way to beat that. So here, let's take a look at this guy's the big dog, in my opinion, from a digital standpoint. I have no idea who it is. He's winning dominantly in the maps and organic. So, and it's like night and day. Like he's in every SERP, at least for car accident. The next thing I want to look at is personal injury, which is going to be the primary category. Pretty important stuff. Okay. Oh, so this dude's been around for a while. He's going right. It's freaking old school, like a mofo. He's hitting the pages. He's sending, 20 to 15 to every page. Some of these ones here, this is a top level. See automobile accidents. That's a variation of car accident. This might be his top page, I think, actually. I could have swore it was car accident. Maybe I'm wrong. He's hitting the actual pages, right? Cohen. Which one's winning? Let me go back to this. Cohen. Homepage. Is it always the home? Oh, you're not even getting play on your pages, dude. Okay. All right, so that's a good sign. Okay. Last one I want to see. I want to see one more. Who's the other one? Benny boy. Let's take a look at this guy now. All right, let's get this guy. This guy's, again, a big player in both. He's got category and subcategory pages, I dislike that immensely. It costs so much more money to do things that way. All right. Wow. This dude was spending all kinds of cake, huh? They're doubling up. It's probably the same network. 6, 12, so it's 7, 14, 21, so that's a 3. They pretty much built 3 links on every link they got, or every page, like every referring domain, they build at least 3 links, right? And it's pretty evident all the way down here. There's the same amount almost every time. 7, 14, so here's 2. They did 2 to every one referring. So that's interesting. Anywho. So that was 2 players that did, actually 3. Price, Ben, and Cohen all had a HTTP or a www version that they built a significant amount of links to. Now, I don't know if that was an error. I don't know if that's part of a strat, but it's intriguing. This particular gentleman, yeah, he has all 3 variations. See this? 1, 2, 3. So they might have made a change. They could have got a penalty and made a change. It could have been an error from the link builder, or it could be strategy. It couldn't be a coincidence that 3 of the winners are deploying the same thing, and they built 300 referring. A mistake is I built 20. A strategy is I built 300. Right? You're 200 on this one. You know? Let's see. Is it a strategy? So how would you identify if it was, right? Well, I gotta see. Let's just take a look at these links. Are they all shite, or is there something decent? Crap. Disgusting. Doesn't make me happy. Yeah, that was a... Let's take a look at this one. So here's the www version. If it was strategy, I don't know why they would do that. 200 of them. Yeah. Yeah, these are just junk. Junk. I mean, there's a couple, but... Okay, interesting. Okay. Well, when you go to these different versions, so primary version, I assume, is www. Let's go to this. We'll go here. Let's go here. Does it redirect? There he is. It doesn't. Interesting. www dot. Does that redirect? It does. Okay. And the HTTP with the www goes to it. Okay. Okay. And then just straight HTTP. Does it go to HTTPS? It does. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. So there is a flourish of low to medium grade links in a relatively high amount going to these variations of homepage. And all of them are being redirected. That's intriguing. And this gent here, he's getting big links from press. These are probably 1 links. So this guy is getting real coverage. This guy looks like he's getting real coverage. Interesting. He's not even building them to high commercial intent pages. He's building them to informational pages. It's odd. Yeah, it's almost like a PR page. It's straight info. It's odd. Okay. These could be real. Let's take a look at this. 200 of them. Let's take a look. These might be real. He might be getting actual coverage, and then he builds the page. It's interesting. So files a lawsuit, or maybe these are big cases, but it's info. Yeah, these are real. These are real sites. Oh yeah, these are and they're all in particular niches. Yeah, okay. Interesting. They're all authentic. That might be real. It's either some type of outreach or he did something spectacular of some sort. That might be the real deal. So that's hard to... Yeah, that's interesting. Because he's not really... He's winning. I mean, he's got 2, 4, 6, 9. I mean, he's got 1,000 links. Yeah. This guy's a problem. Yeah, this guy's got it going on here. Okay. So this is hard. But he did build here. When should you hire? Okay, so that's information again. Completely different strategy. Yeah, because the page that's being rewarded is going for the term. I think he's winning by mistake. Like, it's not as if he was deploying SEO or digital strategy to win that term. He became so authoritative that they gave it to him. Like, he doesn't look like he's actively targeting this specific term, not from this link profile, but I've been wrong before. But this doesn't look like it. So, yeah, he's got it going on, but this isn't somebody I would want to mess with because it's not repeatable. I mean, unless you do, it looks as if they did something special and got coverage of some sort. So, yeah, that guy's kind of tough there. So, okay. Okay. All right. All right. That guy moves down to 8. All right. Oh, there's a person I see in here a lot. Let's see what the heck this guy's doing. Last one, I promise. I just want to see how are they building their links. Yeah. These guys are maximizing their... This person is maximizing their... you have low domain, high amounts of links saying their particular... whatever the terms are. Right? So like 7 for 10, this is a 3 to 1. So, every site they said this anchor 3 times on. Again, here, they did it 2 times. Truck accident. So here in Washington, D.C., look at 8, it's 500. Like that's, they did it a lot of times. Almost 80 times a clip. 80 times per site with this anchor text. Yeah. So these guys are playing the game. Interesting. And, yeah, okay. All right, last thing I'm curious of is let's come over here to the so this is non-geo-modified, all right? So we have 3, so the on page is tight. Yeah. Okay. This guy's funny as heck. I can't believe he made it here. But okay. Like, the marketing is hysterical. Is this guy spending cake or what? Alright, so you could see how he's doing that. Let's come back over here. Alright. Yeah. They're getting the main one. So 1400. Yeah, what's Benny Boy have? I forgot to check. My apologies. $200. Yeah, look at that. It's all media, bro. It's hard to fight. That's a big fight right there. That's a tough one. All right. $200. 3 pages. Here, give me that. Give me all these. All right. Did you do it? Okay, good. Now we'll come over here. We're going to add it. Where is it? Refresh. What's up? Where the heck are my links at? Benny boy, Benny boy. There we are. Benny boy. I need those links quickly. Bring that down here. Pop this open. Click on this, go like this, Control V. This is Crumpy. All right. All right, so here's what you do. All right, so there's them. Champion. Delete. Copy. Give me this. Right? Go here. And what you want to do is you want to grab all these. Copy. And what we're going to do is we're going to come out here, go back. All right, so remove duplicate lines on line free. All right, I'm going to do remove duplicate lines. Okay, great. Go here, Control V. Did you get it? Yay or nay? You did? Wonderful. Ignore capitals. Sort results, yes. Submit. All right, there we are. Let me grab this, copy. And you want to bring this over to the list. Oh, this right here. All right, so BU ILD. So then we're going to take this list here, delete that, Control V, and then what you do is you give this to your, if you have a builder, if you have somebody that builds them, you give them this list. If there's anything on here that can be built for free, like a directory, a citation, if it shows up on a PR list, go one by one and you go build it. Everything that's left, you either need to recreate, but really I'm looking to see, hey, can I go get a link on this site? Yo, can I get a link on this site right here? 101 here? Can I get one here? Can I get one here? You know? It's as easy as that. I want to gather as many free ones as I possibly can. The next allocation would be, hey, we need about 400. You know, we're 300 shy of being a winner. Okay? Here's the next aspect of this. All right, so I took the liberty of taking a look at internal link flow. You know, you are what you say you are, right? Especially when we're talking about websites here. So when we're looking at websites, there's multiple ways to have Google understand what you're about, all right? A big way, a big weighting system, a big way of how Google works is hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are looked at, they have so much more weight to them. They're weighted differently in the grand scheme of your overall website. You know, how old your website is, how many pages you have about a topic, and then how many hyperlinks do you have pointing to pages about a topic. This all plays part, right? You have your on page, you have your technical, but the internal links and the amount of pages that you have talking about a topic is depth of concept and leads to higher authority. Higher authority and being more relevant for a term equals ranks, right? So we just, together, we figured out, hey, big players that are winning in maps and in organic have anywhere between 200 to 400 category-specific referring domains. Alongside of that, I already know because I've looked in this industry, most of these players have domains that have not dropped and have been up longer than 5 years, right? So we have 5-year-old authoritative domains that have 400 referring category-specific links. And on top of that, they've also honed in and understand, because this is high competition, this is it's no games in these industries, right? Massive amounts of dollars are made. The other thing that they figured out is this. So this price, this guy used to be very dominant in this market, right? But take a look. Do you think it's a coincidence? And what this tool is this is called Screaming Frog. And I was doing crypto casino stuff, right? I don't talk about it on here because that's not the type of topics that we cover here. But we did really good. Like we were coming up with, what we did is we would figure out, hey, there's a game called, Kung Pao Chicken Blackjack, right? For instance. Well, what we were doing is we would say, hey, we have Kung Pao Chicken 3-card poker, right? So we were just taking the same, whatever names were getting buzzed, we were just switching the game. And then it was working. It worked pretty well. Anyway, that industry is how I learned this, okay? But do you think it's a coincidence? Take a look at this. 54% of their overall internal link, so hyperlinks on their site, what they say about themselves is 54%. Look at this. This is insanity. They have, look at 54%, 924 times they pointed. It's their number one thing. Look at this. And that's just one. See this page? Car accident lawyer, the one that ranks. They put 924. If I take a look at their overall pages, right? I won't click to that yet. But let's just say this site has, oh, actually, I already still have it up. It's right here. I'll bring this over. Look at their site here. So here's links, URLs. So we take a look down here, look at all. So they have 3,391 URLs, right? Out of those 300, okay, 924 of them say this term, DC car accident lawyers. 200 of them say car accident. Are you with me? Oh, my mistake. 512 of them say car accident. 168 of them say DC car accident lawyer. Car accidents. So why am I telling you this? There's two reasons why this is important. One is what you say about yourself can massively determine how you rank. Two, understanding winners and how many pages they have on a topic. I mean, this is the formula to success. Their depth of concept is 900 pages. The amount of internal links pointing to a ranking page is 900. You with me? Now, they don't have 900 all on this topic, but it should be. Let's see the uniques. Yeah, no, they don't have, not unique. But they're putting it all over the place. I mean, it's everywhere. Oh my gosh, it's insane. Yeah, they're stacking it on every page. So this will uncover how many pages we need about a topic, how many internal links we should utilize, but there's one more aspect of why this is important. You see, once you identify the internal link flow, aka what I say about myself, once I identify what the winners are saying about themselves, this is also a way to uncover what's best to have external sites say about me, right? So this is a good way to figure out, okay, which anchor text will be the best when I'm doing my off page. I want to utilize the key term and key term variations that are being utilized by the winners when they're talking about themselves. Because you know what Google likes more than when I talk about myself, right? And have good on page? When I have external votes saying the same thing. So yeah, that's how that works. And then two, what I did is I went to some of the big players. So we have Price here. And if you guys see this, don't worry. I have proxy in there, and I'm searching as Googlebot, so don't worry. They'll just think it was good old Google on their site. Here, let's go to this one here. I want to show you something. All right, let's get Cohen. So this guy was crushing, right? He was a big dog doing big dog things. So let's take a look at him briefly. And we're going to see what this gent says. So we have this player, he has 924 unique links. My mistake. This gentleman has URL outlinks, URL details. Let's go here, inlinks. So here's our inlinks. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1,600 unique inlinks. So that means so across his pages, he has 3,000 pages. 1,600 of them contain primary key terms pointing to the page that he wants to rank. I wonder why he ranks number 3. Right? So that tells me this. This also tells me that 50, 60, 70, 80, 9% of all internal links, 50, 60, 70, 89, almost 90% of every internal link on this guy's site has to do with car accident lawyers in DC. I wonder why he's a winner. Who would have thought? Right? Now let's take a look at this dude. All right? And we're only looking at one industry, but I've already uncovered... I already know the play here. It's hard, though. Like, deploying these things can be fun. Here, let's take a look at this guy. This dude's winning both. Oh, he's got a smaller site than the other guy. Either that or he already cooked me. He stopped me, which I doubt. What, he saw me or what? How? Wow, you only have 78 pages? No data, but... Well... Huh? Oh. What is going on here? It might be blocking me, perhaps. Maybe I'm hitting it too hard. I don't know. All right, so let's take a look at the inlinks here. Oh. There. All right. I was wondering, why is it not giving me anything? But it's because I had a search phrase. Anywho, so we know this guy was using a top-down approach. So what we're going to do, let's go figure out what page it was that was winning in here. So we're going to go and find this young man. Now, he doesn't come up high everywhere. Oh, he doesn't show up at all in that one. He's winning here. And then, there he is here. Oh, it's the home page? Home page? Oh boy, home page. Okay. Oh, my mistake. I didn't know that. Oh, that stinks. It stinks to be him. That's a shame. All right, so this dude is only about that. Well, let's see why it's the home page. So brand, he is not playing as hard as the other dude. This guy must have been around for a long, long time. Alt tags, so personal. I mean, here's the overall. He's not even, he pales in comparison to the other gentleman. Pales in comparison. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time. Yeah. He pales in comparison. Let's find another one that's more prominent. So this guy here, price, you saw that, 90%. Like, we know why he's a winner. This dude's probably doing the same thing, but he never shows up here. So he doesn't interest me as much as some of the other dudes would. Let's come over here. Yeah, price again. Price wins that. So this is without a geo modifier, searching from DC. This is another variation. This is lawyers without a geo modifier in DC. Look at, he's number 1. This is with a modifier. Look at number 1. And then this is with a modifier again. So these are the variations. And this is where he is number 2. So this guy does very well organically. Let's take a look and see. I bet you his internal flow is on fire. Let's take a look together. This will be the last thing just to hammer this all home for you. We're going to take a look at the whole site. Why not? This guy wins with geo modifiers, without geo modifiers, almost every phrase. Okay? So he's number 1 in organic across the board. Cohen hits first page and is also in the map pack in every variation. Price wins the non-geo modified terms and wins the maps. Does very good, right? So we always look at the winners. Wow, they blasted through this site. Is it done already? What? I was fast. Jeez, it must be a small site. Yeah, 300 URLs. Wow. Tiny little thing, huh? 300 pages? That's like nothing. Anywho, let's take a look here. What was the page that is winning? Is it the home page? Oh, Washington. Car. Okay, cool. Same page. Okay. Wait a minute. Washington. Oh, that is intriguing. This guy is clever. Did you see that? So this one's Washington D-C car accidents. This one's just DC injury. Oh, this is a different page. Oh, wow. Oh, that's why. Ha! Anywho, okay, where were we? DC. It looked the same. Chris, You're too funny, man. Ah, here she is. No, it's the same. See this logo? I was hovering over this dude here. It looks so similar. I was like, wait, he's got 2 different URLs in here. This is craziness. Yeah, different sites. I was about to say, wow, he freaking figured out something good here. That would mean that he was showing up twice in the SERPs. That's why I was like, what? But no. Especially in a competitive niche like this, like, that would be cray-cray. That's cray-cray. All right, where is she at? Is she up top? Pricey, Benny. Oh, you're not winning those terms. Oh, no, you're page 1. I mean, he's not a slouch. Same page. Okay, cool. Let's see how aggressive he is. So we're gonna come in here to Screaming Frog. All right. What we're looking at is we're looking at the flow. Another cool way to look at things, or to see what they say about themselves. You can come inside of here. You go to the InLink Anchor Text Cloud. It's pretty cool. So they don't say much. You know, homepage, which is why you never put home. Like, I don't... It's on every page. Like, for lack of better terms, it's the dumbest thing ever. Like, why wouldn't you make your name? Like, why the word home? How is that relevant? But anyway, attorney. So this is a cool way of visualizing the data. But that page that they're winning has car in it, I believe. So D-C, I think. No. Okay, D-C. Car. Okay. There's Dallas. Oh, he's all over. Auburn. I'm looking for the page to see what he did. Well, here's the top level page. Let's take a look here. So this guy does not know. Well, that's probably why he bounces around. He's not always dominant. He doesn't know jack about internal linking. He must be old. He was doing good. He doesn't win them all, though. Yeah, he's not as tight as the other guys. But where's the page at? The top level page has nothing. So, you know, that's interesting. Where is it? How come I don't see it? Interesting. How come I don't see the page here? Am I missing it? Oh, Washington, D.C. Okay. Slip and fall. Here. Mm-hmm. Ah, wow. Jeez, that was hard. Ah, okay. He didn't build him to the top level page, but man, he sure did build him to the freaking page that's ranking everywhere. He doesn't win both, but his page organically does win. He built 200 unique internal links, 99.54%. Yeah, all his other internal links, he was rocking every page, dude. He's got 300 pages on his site, right? What? Where is it? All pages. 217. Every page has the word. He put it on all of them. Look at 400. He put 2 internal links to his car accident lawyer page on every page on his site. That's funny. That's awesome. Good for him. He didn't go ham on anything else, just that one. What a guy. All right. So there's that lesson. Multiple lessons. So that is fun. So now, if you're looking for yourself, I would say pending delete is a little better, but I just want to see here. One of the questions. Let's go over here. So I saw a question in here. We're going to cover all these. This could break up to be multiple videos, right? Oh, almost fell over. Let's see here. How do you... First step. So we just covered quite a bit here, PC Pulse, right? See, we're identifying, firstly, what type of approach are the winners using, right? Are they using top down, bottom up? Are they hitting their homepage, old school style? Are they hitting the actual page? Are they spending massive amounts of dollars? Are they trying to cut corners or not? Cutting corners would be, homepage or top down, right? It's a way to save money and power up what's below me. A way to spend astronomical amounts of money but be more safe and sneakier is top down. I'm building out informational content, which is going to have a depth of concept, right? I'm building out my authority by having more depth of concept. And then on top of that, I'm building links to all of the informational content, right? This way I'm able to get up the A tags. I can build up my internal links to the page I want to rank. It costs more money. It takes more time. It's a little bit more sneaky, but we can see the approaches, right? So once we've identified the approach, we can then identify, okay, well, how many internal links are they pointing? How many pages do they have talking about a topic? That lets me know what my site structure should be and how many pages I need to have in order to compete. The next thing I'm looking at is the age. Like how old is this site? Do I even have a chance? Do I need to spend money on an old domain? Should I maybe look in a different market, right? The piece that you're looking at or thinking about is the expired domain. Now, I don't know if you're utilizing them to build out your own network, but let's say that you are, right? So we've identified just before the structure, how they're linking, how they're building their pages out, and how they're internally linking, right? We've also identified how many referring domains they have. Overall, we've also identified how many categories they're buying into. Like what makes them a winner? Well, they're building into 4 categories in the law market that you just saw, right? Advertising, online, legal, and mass media, right? But we've identified that the category of the sites based upon content and overall link structure was legal. So we know that that's the head category. Who would have thought, right? So when we're looking to build out our network, right, assets that we control, and then 2, remember when I showed you this? We were looking at the backlink profiles. We also saw that most players, when they're acquiring backlinks, they're building a 3-to-1, meaning they have 1 referring domain, but they build at least 3 links with varying anchor text back to their site. Most of the time, what I've noticed from those players in that market that we just looked at is that when they're doing their 3 variations, 1 referring, 3 backlinks, they're doing variations of their name. Clever, right? They didn't get, those SERPs, those are $90 clicks. You don't win in a $90 click market by not knowing these things, right? The last piece is we know that we need to be a big winner, right? When we looked at one of the key players there, we identified that the big winner, Cohen, that wins dominantly in all map packs and shows up in the top 7 in every variation of the searches, right? Car accident, car lawyer, car attorney, car crash, and then geo-modified and without, he wins every single one. He has 400 category-specific links, right? And he was actually doing an 18 link. So that means 18 variations. Every link that he got, he had like 18 plus. He was cracking them, right? So this is one way of doing it. I don't recommend this because you're getting bottom of the barrel, but in order to help you, to guide you, I'll show you this because it's easy to use and everybody has access, right? This is not what we do currently. We'll go and buy a zone list and then we'll sort the zone list, okay? A zone list is each TLD is a zone, okay? Each TLD releases at different times, okay? There are 300 million plus .coms. There's 200 million plus .nets. There's 100 million plus .orgs. And it keeps going on and on and on and on, right? There's billions of sites. And when they expire, they release at different times. So you buy the zone list, and that's how you get, these guys bought, this is an aggregate, like there's not even 100 million sites, right? Like this is such a small sampling, but it's good for this video, okay? So when we come inside of here, we want to look at the whole nut. The whole kit and caboodle. Google doesn't see barriers, neither should you, right? The World Wide Web is everybody, okay? So we don't necessarily care where it's at, but we care about the context, right? So like I don't want there to be, there's certain industries that are just overlooked by Google that will have a black eye, all right? I don't care about country that much. It's a little bit of a concern, but I do care about the context that was on those sites, right? Like I'm not anything derogatory, anything that has a black eye on it. Anything that's safe search filtered, we don't want anything to do with it, okay? And those lists are available. So once we've identified that, and we know our category, we need to understand that there's multiple tools or barometers or ways to analyze data, right? Those tools could be Moz, they could be Ahrefs, they could be SEMrush, they could be Majestic. This particular site, they utilize Majestic, complimentary, it's free, it's built in, okay? This site might be owned by them, who knows? So what we want to do here is we want to come in and we know that we need about 400 Authority 5 or better legal sites, right? So what we want to do is we want to look at what is called the topical authority. Now, the reason why you want to utilize a tool that will cost way more, like a SEMrush or an Ahrefs, isn't because the data is better, but the data is more vast. So when we're talking about acquiring referring domains, I don't want to just look at 200,000 or 1 million. I want to look at tens of millions. I want the biggest opportunity I can. You have to pay for good data, okay? So I would recommend SEMrush or Ahrefs, but Majestic is okay, all right? I love Majestic. So what we want to do here is we want to type in our legal, okay? Oh, they have a different name for it. Let's figure out what that was. Is it under... let's see here. Is it computers? You would think, maybe it's the second. Wow. Okay, is it law? Society, law. Yeah, see, I dislike that. Hold up. Majestic topical authority for law. Oh, here, I have an idea. I forget. There's another one. It's like business something. Here. Hold up. I prefer SEMrush, but I have all the tools. You know, I have 12 people on my team, so we analyze a lot of sites, and we need different tools for different things. So, lucky for us, I have access. So here's what we're gonna do. But I prefer SEMrush. So here we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna put him in, and we're gonna identify these together briefly. Just because when we're doing our pickings from expired, I want you to be able to see valid data. So we're going to take a look together here. Oh, slow as molasses too. My back's killing. I'm going to sit down. So trust flow, wow. Wow. Wow, look at this nonsense. Somebody's been buying some links. Well, gee, who would have thought? Look at this network, 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 network. Look at this network here. There's their flip-in. Remember those Veritex? How much you want to bet? I bet you that's that Veritex network right there. Anyway, though, we're here to figure out topical trust flow. So society, recreation, arts, recreation. So 19 on that. 1,500. So, pretty close. Pretty darn close, isn't it? We're going to go to referrings. Pretty darn close. Let's take a look at this briefly. Where is it? Topic. Wow. Wow. They're only showing, wow, wildly different, right? Big difference. 32 of them are lost. We're looking for society. So this is the category. Okay. So purple category. So the rest of them are considered what exactly? What are they saying they are? Home and garden is first. Oh, they're doing a lot of junk. Wildly different way of looking at the data. So they had a lot of directories, which we knew. So some of those directories were classified as law, but Majestic says, nah, these are home and garden. Oh, that's funny. Majestic, you're funny. Could be because they're analyzing the data differently. But that brings me back. We figured out what we needed to. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go back into here. Back to your PC Pulse, your question, right? Sorry, I had to figure it out, right? I like to figure, I want to give you the best information I can, okay? So if I'm using Majestic's Outlook, then we're going to do that. Society. So we're going to click on this one, society. Purple is relatively hard to find. So yeah, we're going to go to government. We'll take law. Organizations are good. Politics is fine. We'll take this one. Purple. So all the purples, right? But I don't want some of this weird stuff. Work is fine. This is fine. This is good. This is good. Philosophy seems fine. People seems fine. Military is good. Okay, that ought to do it. All right, now, when you're utilizing this tool or looking at Majestic, what I want to point out to you is, you see how there's these different colors here? Well, when you're analyzing this data, the one that shows up first is what the most prominent category of referring domains, right? If I have a domain, here, I'll show you this quickly. If you have a website, okay, let's say this is your website, and I'm sending in backlinks, all right? Let's just say that I have, 200 that are law, okay? And then I have 300 that are, arts, okay? Law is purple, arts is orange, okay? When we're talking about Majestic Topical Trust Flow. So when you come over here, see this? So this one's law, and see how this one starts with arts, which is orange, see? You highlight it, it's arts and music, okay? So what we want is we want something that the majority of the links are law, and secondly, the more topics there are, the more backlinks that come in, there's two things that are going on, okay? One is they might have had a bunch of different owners, or they might have had a bunch of different content on their site in order to acquire these links, or three, actually, or they were just building links all over the place. So when you're identifying sites using Majestic System, okay, I don't want one that has a bunch of different color patterns or a bunch of different types of link. I want one that only has one. See how this one's just purple? See how this one, see this one's just purple? Because that would tell me that they were very hyper-specific about X topic, right? They only have one link type. This is what you're looking for when building out your networks, okay? So if it has two like this is recreation and society. See, this one's called recreation, I think. Yeah, recreation / food, okay? So So we're looking to identify these. So there's your trust flow. Let's see. We'll sort this out. These are registered. So in order to sort this, show filter. Come down here. We'll just do only. We'll do 200 only available. Okay. And we're opening up the floodgates here. We're looking at them all. So there you go. These are available. And then here too, here will be more picky. Yeah, it's only society is what I chose. So there we go. Now these subtopics I did not choose. All right. I forget how to do it, make it just one, but we can look down this list and see, like this one's not going to be good. This one's not good. These ones here, this one here, it's got 98 referring domains. It's got trust flow of 26, so that tells me that out of those 98, some of them are good. And the lead categories are society and law. So society and or law, all right? So these ones they have potential, okay? They're in the right category. You'd have to do further homework, but this is how you would then start building your little network, or a mini net, as what we call, okay? There's another step to it. You know, I was doing this for a friend of mine, and we were identifying sites that had a long history of being in a specific category. See, the next part is you launch a site, and when you're buying sites for $9, right, the price of registration, you want them to already have some type of equity. It saves me time and it saves me resource. I skip the line 6 months, right? I don't have to worry about the sandbox. I'm buying my way into trust. So the next thing is then you got to build links to those sites, right? So, yeah. So that's how you do this, all right? I don't recommend buying off of here. I mean, you can, but you want to either get pending delete, auction, or go to a vendor, right? You go to a vendor, you go see Khaled, go over to SEO domains, talk to Khaled, don't talk to Khaled, but use his service. Go to Khaled's service, SEO.domains, and find the category that you need. You know, you pay a little bit of a premium, but it saves you time. Time is worth more than a little bit of premium. And he's got all of them. And then, too, you can submit lists. Like, that's where I would go. Go see Khaled, see what he's got going on. He's a good guy. He'll work with you, too. Like, you want to buy 100 or more, you might be able to get a discount. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not recommending. I'm just saying. He's got a good service. But another way of doing it is you could go to all of the other places, right? All the places meaning all of the registers. So, like, NameJet auctions, okay? There's NameJet auctions. There's Namecheap auctions. There's GoDaddy auctions. I would steer clear. GoDaddy is the worst registrar I've ever dealt with. They're so difficult. Like, I just dislike it immensely. They don't make things easy. There's DomCop. There's Dom Detailer. There's Namecheap. There's NameJet. There's CatchTiger. I mean, there's so many. It's endless. Anywhere that sells you domains will also allow you to get them before they release, right? Auction or pending delete, okay? And this is where you'll find the better quality. It'll cost you more. It'll take you a little bit more time, but those would be my recommendations. Either go to the auction block or do pending delete, or go and find a vendor that has already allocated the time and resources to finding the domains that you want, okay? So that answers him, and that was pretty good. What else do you got going on? Let's get a piece of gum. I need a dippy. Let's see what's up. You guys have any questions? Oh, it's late. Wow, that time went fast. It always does. Fiverr Gray Hat. I have a few profiles on Fiverr. Not under my name, but I sell product on Fiverr. Why'd you see it in my dashboard? Yeah. No, it doesn't show up. Here. Yeah. I thought maybe you saw it in my bar. Is that why you said that? We sell all kinds of stuff. Not necessarily always SEO. Other little services. But yeah, I leverage a few places to offer service. What else do you guys got going on? Let's see here. PC Pulse, thank you for replying to me. Can I have time, just 30 minutes of your life? No. Well, yes. If you want to book time, here. You can come into here. Go to that link. Scan the QR code. And I will sell you some time at a very low cost if you would like, but I don't necessarily. Yeah, I'll sell you time. I'm fair though. I'm not. I see some of these guys and gals. Like, I don't do the $250, $500 an hour crap. I'm fair. I'm very fair. I'm very fair. And honestly, think that the level of experience that I have at the cost is more than fair. It's very, very fair. Or you can ask me any questions you'd like right now, and I'll do it for free because I enjoy doing this. I like helping. But here, let's go through this. Okay, so there's that Fiverr gray hat. Sometimes, yeah. Thank you for replying. Yep, okay. Yep, book a time. We could talk anytime you want. Just book a time. Nighthawk says, hey, Chris, Google review count showing an accurate number, 10 to 15 less. Is there a way to report that? 10 to 15 less. Regardless of whether you have legitimate reviews or I don't know how you're acquiring reviews. Google does whatever they want. I've had business owners where they started with 300 and they've lost nearly half, and they were all legit. So it's part of it. It's the name of the game. It's just how it goes. Hello from Canada. Hello to you. Thank you for replying. Wow. You just ask your question, kind sir. This is a lot to me. You can't imagine. I'm happy to help you, sir. Ask your question, whatever you need, dude. Crypto White Hat Ripple News. Now, I like that name. Hey, Chris, hello to you, Crypto White Hat Ripple News. That's my kind of guy. He's not sure. He's like, dang, I like crypto. I'm kind of white hat. I like Ripple. I don't know if that's like food or like strawberry Ripple or like cake. You're like, dang, I like cake. And then you know what? I kind of like news. You know what? I'm gonna just go with Crypto White Hat Ripple News. My man, good to see you. How are you? I've been a lot worse. I go through. There's seasons in life, right? And I'm gonna be 41 here in a couple days. So yeah, I was at an interesting season in life. Certainly a large difference, certain people exiting my life and entering my life. Age. Yeah, I'm doing good though. I'm doing great. Way better, I've had a lot worse times in my life. I'm at a phenomenal point in my life. I'm shifting career nodes, I have a different goal. But yeah, it's great. Good to hear from you. Best greetings from Germany. Well, greetings from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Morning, Chris. Hey, Carlos. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Here we go. Looks like he's got something. Could it be that eat and page intent so much more important as even before from the new updates December to February? Could it be? So Crypto White Hat Ripple News, but again, I love that name. since the helpful content update, content relevance, depth of concept, category of link, and just overall relevance of everything that you're doing has become excruciatingly more important. So it's wildly important. EEAT, any label or names that we want to give it is fine, but hyper relevant, hyper dedicated to geolocation and service is a winner now. So we could say it's EAT. Yeah. I change each page with only one page intent, drastically EAT improvements. And in the end, I end up with first one in the top 3 without backlinks. Excellent. I can only imagine that is achievable in low competition, smaller areas. In places that, in cities and in markets that can be relatively difficult, having external votes to say, this is what you do, this is who you are, and yes, this is an authority, it's still wildly important. But can you launch local service pages in, towns that are 50,000 or less, where there's not even players that have exact match? Yeah, of course you can win. So I could see with hyper quality pages that are hyper relevant, you could definitely win. But like what we were just looking at, DC car accident lawyer, do I think you could pull that off there? No. Not a chance. No way. But hats off to you, man. That's great. Yeah, that's me. All right, so Sammy. Hey, Sammy. Yo, you know what? I accidentally sent you a free $900. That's a wedding gift. You're welcome. I meant to send that actually to another guy I'm working with. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. I actually made that. You know how I got that? It was actually Solana. I was trading. I made this bot thing, and we were trading. I was using this pump.fund, and I had a bot that was trading, and that was all free. I basically got all that for free. So I got it for free. I passed it on to you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. That's a wedding gift, and I wish you the best on your life and your success, sir. Don't worry about it. I was in my teen years, black hat. But I know you, Sammy, though. You feel obligated now. Don't feel obligated. That is yours. Don't worry. I got that money for free, I promise. Don't you worry about it. You enjoy yourself, man. That was my error. I grabbed the wrong wallet address. Those big, long strings are hard sometimes, But it's all good. I took care of my guy. To be honest with you, I have a small team of 6 that does my citations directories, my Web 2s, my government links, and my EDUs. So that team, it's 6 people. It's a family essentially. I pay them bi-weekly, sometimes monthly. But usually when I get free little come-ups like that one, I did really good on the crypto, or maybe maybe I do good in a swing trade. Any little extra, I'll usually just dump it over there in order to get down the bill. So it's all good, bro. I was in my teen years, black hat, and switched fast to white hat. I love crypto and SEO because I own a SEO agency in Germany. Oh, cool. Awesome, dude. Yeah, white hat all the way. And you're in Germany. Yeah. Yeah, hats off. I love white hat. And I think 90% of everything is it's all white hat, really. Nobody does black hat. Not in my market. There's nobody really doing any black hat. Not in what we're doing. Local business SEO, small business SEO. Nobody is doing true black hat at all. Gray hat, maybe. But, yeah, no. 90% of what I do is by the book. You know? I feed the... Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, seed page, you can have any terms and frame it whichever way you would like. My particular frame is category-specific links. So identifying, like we just went through, identifying which category of link the opposition is in, and building into the link graph. So you're identifying what are the pages that the competitors have and in what category, and then you're building them. Exactly. So, yes, exactly. Your frame is different. I like to have my own mode of terminology and thinking. Like I would have heard that someone else framed it that way differently, so I wouldn't say it that way. But yeah, we're all doing the same thing, brother. And I want you to win. Like I'm building into the link graph. We're identifying what the winners have, and you could call them seed sites. But I say that I'm link graph building. Right? AI link building is wildly different. Understanding how a computer would identify that you're a true authority has nothing to do with acquiring links in places such as Forbes or CNN or Guardian, but it's showing up in different libraries of Congress and in different aggregator databases that would allow a computer to understand that you are an authority in a specific space, right? So yeah. Oh, so here we go. A Fen Luxury says, "Hey Chris, I'm Paul from Jersey." Hello, Paul from Jersey. I'm Chris from Pennsylvania. Actually, I'm from Florida. But anyway, anywho, I'm starting my journey in SEO. Wonderful. I'm trying to go to the lead generation route. Okay. What can you advise? Okay. First thing is you want to generate leads. Great. The first thing that I would do is find who's got the money. Like where? Like this has been my thing, right? I like talking about SEO and thinking about SEO, but really this is a tool in order to generate dollars, right? So I made a micro business off of teaching people how to utilize this tool to make dollars. But the most important thing, right, is who has the dollars? Where can I deploy this skill in order to make dollars? I've found only a few people throughout my career so far that have actually had the dollars and the dedication that it takes to actually reach success and to make large amounts of money, right? Like more than, 10 grand or 20 grand. In any case, like having 50 grand months, having 100 grand month, like making insane dough. So with that being said, is I would identify a market, a small market or a large market, but more importantly, I would identify a person or a group that has the dollars. That's step number one. Who am I selling these leads to? Who am I working with? With is key too, not for. It's with. You need people that are with you, right? So whose car can you jump in to help reach success with? So that's key number one. The next thing is, yes, you can do things organically or naturally. SEO is case in point, SEO. There's SEO, there's maps, there's social presence. There's multiple ways of generating lead flow, right? That take your time and not money. But if I want to ignite and accelerate this process, it takes vast amounts of dollars, okay? Yes, SEO is great. Yes, social can be wonderful. But if you want to generate leads faster, I would learn Like get like Vercel and get some type of API and integration, like understand how to launch pages quickly, how to launch creative quickly, pictures and video, picture, video, audio quickly with AI. Then figure out how to launch landing pages and make decisions very quickly or changes to the page to maximize conversions quickly, right? And then I would figure out, the next thing I would do is figure out, okay, which APIs and which connections do I need in order to analyze this data so I can make micro changes to the PPC campaigns as fast as you possibly can. This is where I'm at in my personal career. Most of the time when you're generating leads, people, companies, businesses, business owners, like organic is too slow. Like that's something else that we're doing, but you have to be able to propel campaigns through paid, in my opinion. Organic is great, but there's a much longer time horizon there. There's a lot more dedication, If you're doing it for yourself, it's one thing. Building up your own brand, we're building a company together. Yes, we want organic presence. But if we're talking about generating leads for a business owner, it's paid. Right? And then it's fine-tuning campaigns and creative in order to maximize dollars. Different game. Right? I'm in the real estate market on the side other than Chris Palmer, like doing consulting and coaching and right? And anything SEO related. But we're looking for motivated sellers, right? When I want motivated sellers in markets, paid advertising and paid media is a great flow. Yes, organic works, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of dollars up front, right? So yeah. So PPC, pay-per-click, pay-per-call, leveraging platforms in order to generate lead flow. It's critical. You need some money up front. But the first order of business, though, is aligning yourself with someone that will take your flow, right? And also, too, get everything on paper. Make sure everything's on paper. When you're talking about everything is cool until the money comes. Then everybody's got a different tune or they think they're owed something, all right? So get it all on paper. People are funny when the money starts flowing, all right? Yeah, man, get it on paper. Get somebody you can trust, somebody that has a vision, and not just a year vision. It's got to be a 5-year vision, a 10-year vision. What's the play? Now, that vision is not what's going to happen. It will change numerous times, but if somebody's only thinking for the now, that ain't your guy, all right? Yeah. Oh, surround yourself with people that'll root for you, right? You can't have people that want your position. You have to surround yourself with people that want to see you win because when you win, they win. So and that has to be clear and defined. So when you're assembling a team, make sure your team wants you to win. All right? Yeah, that's my advice. I could probably have more, but yeah, man. As far as your niche, but look for somebody that's get into a big market and then infiltrate, Also, here's another lesson I learned. The stuff that's hard, right? The longer the dollar cycle, the harder it is to break through, the more it's going to be more profitable. The longer the cycle and the harder it is to generate the lead, the more bread. Always, every time. That's why, like, people will say, like, oh, you're looking to identify, underdeveloped or new emerging markets or, like, weird stuff. Like, nah. Like, law, real estate, luxury stuff, chiropractors, dentists, gyms, any sector that could be, that there's actually enough, and daily flow. That's another thing. That was another lesson. Something that can have a churn. Right? Like a gym, like a real estate lead, like a dentist office, a massage parlor. I like those. I've done very well with those. Yoga studios, anything like that. Anything that makes money every day so I can make mine every day. All right? Yeah. Get it on paper. Choose somebody you can ride with. Jump in their car. Help them. When you're assembling your team, make sure they want you to win. Write everything down. I mean, I could probably give you lots more, but yeah. And look for a way that you can utilize money instead of time to generate more money. It works so much better. I spent a lot of my early years when I was developing my skills allocating my time towards reaching to make money. But as time has progressed, the time is so much more valuable than money. Yeah, like my time was worthless at first. But to me now, I value the time so much more. Especially as you get older, you're like, dang, man, I only got 20 years left. Like, you know? So I'm just saying, man, that's up to you. I don't know how old you are, but if you're in a position to utilize dollars instead of your time, do that. All right? Okay, moving forward. Love you, Chris. Are you still the same the years before and now you're still the same man? Same character. I love it. Well, not a character. It's just me, man. Yeah. No, I no, I don't change much, do I? No, man. But I guess that's a compliment. I'm wonderful. No, the same way I was 8 years ago is the same way I am right now. Just squirreling away, preparing for the future, keeping my eyes open for opportunity. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm big white hat. Big white hatter. Yes. There you go, man. Yeah, nah. I mean, breaking the rules. See, the thing with black hat is negative in, negative out. Right? That's it right there. It's the cosmic law. Right? Negative in, negative out. Karma is the universal law. Anything bad will always turn out bad. Always, every time. So, yeah, I agree with you, man. All right, also, guest post, citation, mention. Hard, powerful, like co-occurrences. Co-occurrence. Well, that's what all these databases, like the Library of Congress, or any type of database, any vector database, is just a co-occurrence. Like, does my name show up? Do I have an author ID? Does my name show up in the Library of Congress? Am I listed in any vector database anywhere? That's just co-occurrence. So yeah, co-occurrence is very powerful. Citations and guest posts, yes, can be very effective. The guest posting is interesting. I did a large campaign for a law firm. And yes, I can get the overviews, and yes, I can, in the short term, be perceived as a authority, and I can mold the AIs to say whatever I want, right? The problem with that, though, is when there's inflow, when there's searches that are happening, is the sentiment of the searches the same as the sentiment of what's found around the web? Meaning, like, if I'm saying I'm the #1 car accident attorney in Houston, that's cool, and I might win a couple of them, right? Like the overviews, and I'll probably get a lift temporarily. Or I buy a Forbes link and I put myself on the list, and I'm the #1 car accident lawyer in Houston. Cool. I'm on Reddit, manipulating the posts, and like Google's rewarding me. However, if if no one else is searching for me, if there's no engagement on my brand, if there's nothing to back up my claim, essentially, you will, in 45 days it'll flip and it'll be gone. So, co-citation is good. The guest posts can be relatively expensive. I would steer clear of that. And yes. And then, by the way, off topic, do you know Ripple? XRP? Yes. Are you... Wait a minute here. Is this actually the picture of you? Or are you, is this actually you? Or are you somebody else? Are you somebody that I know pretty well? And has like a really, like a very expensive vehicle that you're looking to sell? But, yes. Yes. I do know. Okay, let's move on. Let's see here. Oh, this dude had a question. I'll get to him in a minute. I'm looking to get a couple video topics here, and then I'll break them up for the week. Let's take a little peek here. Okay, here. So Raja, hopefully I didn't butcher your name. I see you a lot, man. I appreciate the question. So let's take a look at this together. All right. So when we're looking for CRO, conversion rate optimization, UX, so like design elements, right? Like I'm not the most fanciest with design, but with tools now, it's becoming a lot easier even for guys like me, right? Like I'm very creative, and I get to understand color palettes and the effects on the mind, right? Like I get that. But let's focus more on the CRO, all right? And I'll give you a small process that I really like. When I'm trying to, after the optimization and the content, we're getting performance and we're doing our links and I'm doing my SEO thing. If there's little tidbits, if I'm working with a small business that doesn't have a whole department only focusing on this, like when I work with larger companies, they have people that just write. They have people that just do design. They have people that just add pages. They have people that will change the colors of the button to sit there and maximize dollars, right? Like I've worked with a relatively large marketplace that offers websites to real estate businesses, right? They have a whole platform. It's a website. It's the whole thing, right? They have teams for everything. It's insanity, okay? So, but if you're a small guy, I need to leverage other people's mistakes, right? And their learnings to my advantage, right? Because when I'm leveraging other people's layouts, what's his face? Tony Robbins, that's his big claim, right? Let's mimic the winners, right? Mirroring, I believe, is the term. So that's what I want to do. I want to take what's already working in the market. And that could be for web pages, that could be for ads, that could be for anything. Certain formulas that are working for LinkedIn ads are different than what's working on Meta. But when we're talking about websites for you, Raj, all right, here's how I would go and get these insights, okay? So when you come into here, this is SEMrush, okay? So what I would do is, let's say that you're in a specific market. What type of businesses come to me a lot? I get a lot of AC repair. All right, so let's do AC repair. Where is it really hot? How about in Florida? How about Clearwater? Clearwater, Florida, right? They have budget, so there's some money there, and on top of that, it's hot, right? Now I don't see a lot here. This is mostly going to be these types. So these are LSAs. This is not, yeah, I forgot. That's what's most prominent. I mean, some people are still going to they'll do middle page. Here, let's go somewhere else. Let's go to, how about Tampa? Oh, is this the same place? Wow, they did Clearwater. They're in Tampa. Where else? How about, let me see another one. Clearwater, Tampa. How about Cape Coral? Okay. How about, let's do AC Company. It's probably a more searched term. And let's just go to Florida. Aha! And there we have it, folks. So let's just take a look at this quick. we're going to go into the keyword magic tool. Bear with me here. I'm getting to the juice, but I'm trying to identify where the most competition would be, like where would there be big money spent. So I want to see where the big dollars are spent, and then I want to come to my little small town and take what the big money was doing, right? Let those guys waste their time and spend their money, and then I'll just take the little lessons and move it over to me, right? And that's what I'm giving you. Like, this is how I would figure this out. Go into keyword magic. This way we could get different variations. Alrighty. Oh, so Jacksonville is booming. Okay, 480 over there. All right, let's go to Jacksonville. So 480, they have a lot of volume here. That's pretty cool. Okay, so AC companies. Let's do AC repair. So we have 480 in Jacksonville. Is that the big one? AC repair. Oh, wow. So AC repair Jacksonville, Florida is 1,300. So that's a good one. Let's go there. I thought Tampa was good too. I forgot the FL. Okay, 1,300. Big volume. Let's go over here and see what we got going on. Now, let's change this so it actually thinks I'm in Florida. Okay, that way it doesn't, you know, think, like, not serve me the ads, right? So now you're going to do AC repair company in Jacksonville. Wonderful. And these guys are not. Maybe it's mad at me. It's mostly all these sponsored. Yeah, makes sense. Just doing LSAs. Nobody's even betting on those. These are so effective that they're not even really running. PAI. I don't want to click it. It's still going to count. So they had this automatically open. I don't like this page at all. Let's do one in a harder market. Let's do something I would know more about. Personal injury lawyer, Houston. No, thanks. You could close that right one. Man, I hate these. Nobody's betting? I find this so hard to believe. I just find it hard to believe that there's nobody betting. It could be the time of day. I mean, that might have something to do with it. You know? Perhaps. There we are. Okay. All right, pop him open. So car lawyer, car attorney, and we're searching from Houston, right? We're trying to get the pages right here. There we go. There we are. This guy's running a sub. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Okay. Why does it keep doing that? All right, so for sake of time, we'll just pop these ones open. Okay? And then I'll leave you be. Okay. Where did my flippin' thing go? Oh well, I'll just do it again. All right, open this one up. Okay, Stephen M. I think I got them all now, right? Robert Marks. Okay, great. All right, is there any middle page? There is. Okay, good. So here, we'll go here. Pop this guy open. These guys are pissed at me. I'm sure they won't have to pay for this. Car lawyer. All right, here, this guy's new. Jim Adler. Wow, this is the man right here. Okay, okay. That's the big dog there in Houston. Stephen M, we got him. Let's go to middle page. Okay, Hollins. Okay, good. KRW, wonderful. All right. So we've cracked open for 2 variations of term. We've grabbed the pages that they're potentially running ads to. And what we want to do here is we could see, okay, GLA. All right, we're going to grab this guy. Copy. And then we have this current page. And I open these up. There's 2 ways of doing this, in my opinion, right? And again, I am not a specialist. This is not what I do every day. Yes, there's lots of ways, there's lots of frameworks in order to lay out a perfect high converting page. You know, there's whole courses on it and trainings and this and that, but I want the trainings and the courses and the layouts and the general rule of thumbs are cool. But I want to see people that have spent dough. What are they saying? What are the words? What do the pictures look like? Where are the calls to action? How many calls to action do they have? And what we first do is, yes, we pulled up all the people that are running ads, the exact precise pages. The next element that I'm looking for, and I think I lowered my plan on SEMrush, so I'm not sure if they're still going to give it to me, but they should. But we'll come inside of here. Okay. All right. So we have our paid traffic. We could see here. Here's our paid traffic. All right. So we can see what they're running on top of. Most notably, they're running a lot here. But I know that they're running ads right now, so this is intriguing to me. Now, I don't see, I'm looking for it. Yeah. It's probably because I don't pay for it anymore. Usually you would see their history right here. Hold up. Yeah, I hate that it's freaking off to the side. It should be right in here. Yeah, I don't want to see that. I want to see... I don't think it's going to give me it. Maybe. Here. Throw this dude in. Yeah. They stole it away from me. It used to show up right on this page. Like, right on the flipping page. It would give you, like, the block. And I think when I downgraded it, they stole it away. They took it away. They don't even give me a glimpse. They're like, yeah, it was nice while you had it, wasn't it, Chris? Yeah, dude. Oh, that hurts. All right. Anyway, so dude, here's what I usually do. Well, not anymore. Not with this. There's other tools for this, but SEMrush did it really well. And what you'll do is you'll come inside of here, because I might as well finish this off. And let's just say we know this guy's running ads, right? And he's been running ads for quite some time. I would assume. Like, he's a top player. He's up there. So what we would generally do is, you saw on this first page, if you pay for that particular segment, I think it's in the Pro or the Guru. I think it was Guru, right? You get the whole toolbox. So what I was doing is, you bring this into here, you go into the overall overview, okay? And when you scroll down, you'll see the, down here, see the paid? It will show you the ads that are running and the ads that are currently running, right? Well, it will also show you a backlog or a history. So if you look at the key terms and the key terms that they're winning, and you click on the block, it will tell you how long the ad has been running. So if you get one that's been running for 6 months or 6 months plus, right? That is a winning page, and that is a winning ad. See, every business will have 5, 10 different ads running. Sometimes there's way more, right? Like a lot more. But some of their ads are just testers. 99% of them, they're testing. But what you'll identify is when you have somebody that's utilizing a lot of PPC, right? Like a lot. And this could just be because they don't do it. Here, let's go here. Let's see if they give me anything. How about, here. Let's see if they just give me a glimpse. These guys run all kinds of freaking ads. Let's see if they just give me something. Oh, they do. They're giving me a little glimpse. See, like the little blocks here? I don't think they're going to give me anything. No, okay, they give me a little taste. But this is a huge company, right? So I knew they would have something. So they give you a taste. But what we're looking for is, we're looking to see, well, which one of these ads has been running for the longest period of time. Let's see if they give me a taste on this one. Yeah. They don't give me jack unless you pay for it. So yeah, dude, whatever this one here, this was a winning ad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Look, they don't have anything fresh for me. They stopped running whatever this was. That was a winner. I don't get the level of data that I used to, so I apologize for that. But that's how I would first identify, okay, what's the winning ad? Because the winning ad was pointing to a winning page. It was a winning ad because the copy and the page were married. Now, what type of elements are we looking for? I was hoping to show you the outline, but that's the general consensus on this. So I'm looking for anything that had a long run history. Okay, most companies don't have craziness like for the people, right? They might have, 30 different ads, and they probably had one winner out of the 30 that they ran. So you identify, okay, well, what keywords were they running on? Okay, and then I want to see, okay, well, what was their copy? Okay, great. What was the creative if it's on a social platform? The next aspect was, well, what was the page? What's on the page? And here are some of the things that we generally will look for. So this is the usual formula that we'll utilize. This looks very similar to what our real estate pages will look like. But here, this is nicely done. Let's take a look. I don't like this one. No, thank you, especially with this mug. That's the man, though. He can do whatever he wants. Like he's the big dog there in Texas. This looks like a lead gen page. Okay. So did you see that? Here, I'll point something out to you. So if I saw that this particular business, this specific ad, they've been sending paid people here for 6 months, did you notice as soon as I landed on the page, there was a pop-up, and it asked a question. There's a reason for that, right? So that would be a note. Okay, hey, a pop-up when they come on. This could be a pre-qualifier as soon as they hit the page, right? The next thing was, did you notice this? See, look at this live chat. The live chat popped up as soon as I landed on the page. Okay, take note. All right. Also, too, is this their brand? Is their brand known for yellow, or is there a reason that they're utilizing yellow? Okay. Also, take note. Look above the fold. Do you see something? Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 calls to action, or 6 ways to engage with the brand. Plus that pop-up that just came up as soon as I hit the page. But it's my second time here, so they didn't ask me again, right? You saw it before. Like, I don't know if I do it this way. Will it do it again? I don't know. So they waited some time. So this is really nice, all right? Also, too, as we're going through these, the reasons why I went to 2 different markets, my mistake. 2 different variations of the key term in the same market was to see, you know, there's something that's called like customer, they're almost training the customer, right? A lot of the sites, especially winning sites, have the same layout formula, all right? And I don't want to be, like, see this one here? This doesn't have the same layout, right? Like, look at this one. Form, multiple calls to action, right? Everything above the fold, right to it. Look at this one, okay? Now go to this one. Unlike the others. Here, let's look at this one. Ah, very similar to the winners. Now this one, look at, very similar. Oh, here we go. Pop-up. So this is 2 sites that did the pop-up, right? Do you have a matter which your lawyers can help you with? Oh, so right from the door, like they want to know, hey, are you hot? Like hot right now? Like you need something now? I bet you I click that, it'll do a pop-up. Like one of those live call things or like whatever, some type of operator. They want to take your information immediately. They want to take down all the information, try to qualify you, and then they're going to hand it to the lawyer and see if it's a winner. Right? But they want to get you on the book and signed up as fast as they can. That's what they do. They get all your information, they get everything, and then they pass it. And then the lawyer, once you're locked in with a lawyer, they'll hand it to the lawyer, and if the lawyer thinks it's a winner, then they'll take that case. If not, then they usually pitch it off to someone else, right? Or if you get somebody and they're not qualified, or it's not like they don't see a win, you know, like but you know, someone else might be able to help you, you know? So, yeah, that's that. Here we go again. So, look, it's not above the fold. Like, this is a loser. I don't like it. The colors are meek. There's no clear points of calls to action here, so no dice. This is cool. I don't like the colors, but this probably would work. It's very big and bold and very clear on the instruction here. You know, they either want, look, contact, big bright colors. This probably, it's ugly, but ugly sometimes works very well. And then back to this guy. No flipping way. No. No. Okay, so I went to the same ones. And then here we go again. So I think out of these, we have a winner. No, thank you. No, thank you. A little bit. This guy's got game right here. Okay. This guy right here's got some game to him. Okay. No, thank you. So let's get rid of him. This guy's got potential too. Jim's good. He can just do whatever he wants, I guess. Let's take a look here. All right. So they have some, they're putting some, you know, each element is there for a reason. Okay. Oftentimes this will be clickable, but you can tell that this page was made just for ad. Deliberately, because there's no navigation, okay? Like they put this here, this is just a lander, and this, you know, it can be good. But the probability of somebody going searching for something else when they have an actual need is highly unlikely. For me, for most local businesses that I speak to, it makes a lot more sense if I'm going to run traffic to a page. I want to run them to a page I'm trying to rank. So you want all your pages to be conversion focused. But let's dissect some more elements. So we've seen 4 people. Was it 3 or 4? So red, orangish, so that's red and yellow. A lot of people use blue, color of trust, blue and gold, so that's a common color combination. Red and blue, so color of trust and alert, right? So picking up on color cues here. So yellows, blues, and reds seem to be the winners. Right? Okay, note that down. Big forms up at the top. Might want to note that down. You see this? I really like this. So this one's trying to qualify. They have some type of assistant here. So they give you that immediate qualifier, that would probably go right to a live agent or somebody to get your information ASAP. Like that's how this works. This actually looks like the same people that do those AI. You know, use our AI. Like, you ever see those AI ads on like YouTube and Facebook? This looks like those people. Or the marketing company that does that. See, then we have this over here. They're doing more qualifiers. So, okay, the first qualifier, did you notice that? That pop-up was, you need something now. Like, hey, should I send somebody to you now? Okay. Second qualifier is, okay, if you don't need it now, well, what kind of problem are you maybe having? All right, now let's do some more qualification. So they're pre-qualifying here, okay? So this is, again, you know, I don't know about CR, it's conversion. You know, knowing if they're even qualified is very important, depending on your niche, of course. In this niche, yeah. So there's that. Another thing here, again, so we know the colors combinations, we know the layouts of the page, we know the multiple calls to action. Look at this. So how many times did you see this over here? There was a call and in a live chat. Did you see this? I've seen this on 4 sites now. Maybe I should have that. You with me here so far? And the reason why we're not going any farther is because 90% of the people aren't going past the top of the fold, like above the fold here. So these elements that are here are critical. Again, did you notice this? Look at no navigation bar. This guy's got a navigation bar. This might be a main page, but it is on a subdomain, contact dot, right? Navigation bar, if I'm building a landing page for ads, I don't want navigation, right? It's customary. This is how you do it. If I'm double dipping, right? I have an SEO, but also a conversion-focused website, which is what I would recommend. Then you can have navigation, but you make it smaller, or you put it in a hamburger so it's not as prominent on the page. Okay? So back to this guy. This guy knows what he's doing. I like this guy a lot. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him, but I like what I see. Big, bold, big claims. Look at more trust, big, huge claims, right? 500K truck accident, that's like bare minimum. He whacked the FedEx driver for the minimum. Like, that's not like, congratulations. By the way, Mr. Hill, that's like nothing. But touche, more than I've done, so. This is just commentary. Again, 24/7, so they're trying to harass. Also, the faces and the people that you put on the page, you have no idea how much impact that has. There needs to be 2 types of people on the pages. All right, Raj? People will generally navigate to smiling faces, and they want to see it, both male and female. Have both people on the page, make sure everybody's smiling, and use colors of trust. In this industry, it's looking like blue, yellow, and red. There's your color palette. Simple. All right. This guy's got green over here. He might be testing that. Okay. I really like this. And then look at, there was actually 4 ways of qualification. Like 4 different ways of qualifiers. Did you see this? When I first came on, pop up. Okay. For immediate. Secondly, maybe I'm a little warm, but maybe I just want to talk to somebody now. Right. I have a guy here, green light, saying, oh, they're allegedly here. The next was, maybe I'm kind of hot, but I don't want to talk to anybody because I'm a weirdo. I want to fill out a form. Great, I got something for you too, but they put a qualifier in front of it. Clever. Oftentimes you'll kick out the tire kickers by just having 1 or 2 questions, right? So you put ways in front of them, so that way at least the leads are a little bit better, okay? So this is very, very important. This guy, they did a good job here. This is good work, all right? This is good work. This one, let's see here. So live chat, and then we have this over here, a pop-up. So multiple times we've seen this. We have the same color combinations. Great. They've limited the amount of faces. They only have 1 face. That can be good, but at least I'm seeing imagery of what potentially could be my problem, because I was looking for car accidents. So that's good. It makes sense. They have the right color palette. I think that this should be smaller up here, and their name should be smaller, but that's up to them. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 calls to action. Wonderful. They have a big form right here for those types of people that think that way. They don't want to talk to anybody. Cool. There's some improvements that could be done here, but this is pretty good. I think this one's my favorite. Now, they did not leverage the pop-ups. Now, if I scroll down or if I try to leave, they may engage me with a pop-up. That's the thing that they're missing here. Now, if I saw that this ad was running for 8 months, right, and then the other dude that had all the pop-ups only ran for a month, well, I would say, okay, hey, maybe we don't need those, but I would still run a test. I would test it. Like, okay, am I getting clicks? Is this working? So this is how I would remedy this, or how I would go through this. This is a very simple page to build right here. This is very easy. This is something I would build, right? It's got a form, bunch of big text, and a face right in the middle, right? Very simple color palette, very easy, beautiful. The page loaded fast as heck. Let's go down. There's probably not a lot of copy here. Yeah, exactly. Big, chunky, high contrast images. I actually really like this. I like this a lot. It's my favorite. This is the colors I like. Blue, yellow. I like gold better. Beautiful. This guy's cool too, but there's no... I don't have any rapport when I land here. I don't feel anything. It's very... The colors are dreary, you know? They got 5 stars. It's not popping out in my face. They got some guy that's like over here and like some chick over here. I don't trust them. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. They're out of here. This one's big and bold. You know, but you get the point here. Very bold. See, look at this. 2 smiling faces. Now, there you go. There you go. Look at this. Oh, big numbers, baby. Big numbers. That's what I like to see, right? And then some activity. See, this guy knows what's up. Look at this, moving. We got some CSS going. Big, huge numbers, too. 30 million, 30 million, 14 million. Not like freaking Hilly over here. 500K for a truck accident. The biggest cases besides medical. He put freaking 500. Here's a bus crash. Sweet. 10 milli. Nice. Good. Commercial motor vehicle. Wonderful. So like, okay, so like your ride sharing programs and your buses, it's cool. I like the more outlandish stuff. I mean, if it's true, of course. This guy here, I don't, he's got the friggin' rollie on there. I mean, I'm not feeling it. I don't like the jacket. He's smirking. He's not smiling. I wouldn't call this dude. That's me. I don't like them. I just don't like, if you're going to use somebody, I don't like this. Also, too, you put the form down. I have to engage with you. You're more important than me taking this lead in. This should be up here, next to this. Trust is everything. Free evaluation. There's not enough ways to communicate, and I don't, he's not my kind of guy. So you're out of here. Here we go. 2 people, both smiling. I don't like this page either, so this is out of here. Okay. Houston, we got Steve. We got the pop-up, multiple modes. It's black and red, though. You're out of here. And lastly, big smiling guy. Nice suit, clean shirt, cowboy hat. Okay. I like it. I don't like that jacket, man. I don't know about you, dude. You got red, white, and blue, though. Everybody's patriotic, right? You might be able to get a couple. You might catch a few. But you're out of here. I like you, man, but you're out of here. This is simple. This guy, winner, potential, but out. So, out of going through all of these, I would say that this guy, I went through multiple modes. In my opinion, this guy's got the most... It didn't give me the pop-up the second time. He had the most ways, because initially when I landed here, the text popped up, the initial qualifier popped up. He's got, if I want to do a lead form, he's like, nah, I'm not accepting lead forms unless they're relatively qualified. He's pre-qualifying the leads. He's got multiple modes. I could call them. I like this one probably the best, but it's a toss-up between this one right here. All right? And this is the modes of thought. This is how I'd go through it. I'm not a designer though. CRO is not my specialty. This is the most simple. I like this a lot. It's big, bold, ready to rock, you know? And that's it. And two, we didn't pre-dissect to see if these were winning campaigns either. We didn't see their copy. We don't know if they had a longer than 1 month. We don't know if these are tests. This is after I've identified within a tool, right? Like either in SEMrush or Ahrefs has a decent tool. What is it? Spy Ninja or something. I forget what it was, but they have a pretty cool tool set. There's a lot of tool sets out there in order to analyze ads, like if that's what you're doing. So get your data first. Figure out if somebody's been spending money for a long period of time, especially in the law. Like you got somebody that's been top of page or running ads for 90 days and it's the same ad to the same page. Houston, we have a winner. Like I'm copying that all day. Not copy. I'm, what's the word here I'm looking for? Mirroring. I'm being inspired. You're copying. That's what it is. You can put any twist you want on it. But yeah, I see this style a lot with this little box here. A lot of the people that run other social campaigns, like from Meta or from YouTube, periodically in like Reddit, like you click in one of those little Reddit boxes. This is the type of page that's working pretty well. I see this a lot. So yeah, the other one I like too, I think he even had the good. Yeah, this isn't the box. Like, did you ever see the one that has it looks like you're actually talking to them? I see that one the most. I forget what brand it is. But, like, you could click it and start talking to it like a person, like ASAP. It's crazy. So, yeah. So, there you go. Raj, that was for you, bro. I think I'm done. I'm starting to feel really tired now. What's up? What's up? Wow, this guy... Wow, you have a lot to say, bro. Sheesh! That's okay. Let's see what you had to say, man. You got anything for me? It's all good. I was probably freaking slapping him there for too long. Let's see here. Always a pleasure. Bro, do you remember the times when AI didn't exist? Remember the times... It's like a Michael Jackson song. Dude, I can't even lie, dude. When I was a kid, I had my little cassette player. Dude, I used to lay in bed and listen to MJ all the time, dude. I'd be practicing moves in the mirror. Man, I had all the moves. Anyway, remember the time. Do I remember the time? I do remember the time. I was learning from you so many years ago. Maybe it's 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, dude, I've been doing this a long time. Always a pleasure to be here and see you, bro. I'm always happy if you're still doing SEO like me. Real hustlers and fighters, yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm starting to learn operations of API and connecting API in order to decimate chairs at a job, right? Like, I want to be the guy that can help a business fire 10 people. But I'm the guy that you hire. Right? I want to position myself, and then too, I have multiple skill sets. Like, what do you want to do? You want to do video? You want to do social media? You want to do organic? You trying to do podcast? What do you want? Right? You want to do content marketing, video marketing, audio marketing? You want to do PPC? Like, where? Like, I've learned all of the different pieces, as long as I'm the guy that's in the position, right? Like, do you want to fire your editor? Okay, let me make the connections for you. Let me hook you up. So that's what I've been learning and spending, like, at least the last 6 months doing. I know quite a bit. I know a lot. I could definitely propel a lot of campaigns, especially these small businesses. And then, too, there was companies that were putting all of it together in one box, like go high level. But businesses want done for you. So, there's some businesses that will set all that up and do everything. but the vast majority, at least from my experience in the last decade of doing this, businesses just want to hand you the, here, you do it. Right? So, yeah, that's all. So yeah, I would love to. I'm learning certain ways or particular ways of how to fire certain people in a particular industry, like, or inside of a business. And then the second piece is I'm mastering AI automating PPC and social, like social media marketing. So that's what I've been concentrating on. I've already learned the optimizations, the content creation, the video editing, some of it. I mean, I'm not the most polished, but I know how to do it. Right? So, but yeah, that's that. Okay. With seed sites, okay. Competition related to the backlinks, but sure, competition. Niche backlinks are fine. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Wikipedia. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're repeating precisely what I've been teaching. Yeah, dude, we are on the same page, bro. Copy the winning pages that Chris is telling you about. If you follow the structure, you're on the winning side. Use the colors that KPIs form. Oh, yeah. That's gold standard. There you go. Well, I'm glad you agree with me. Dude, I've been looking at the winners. Who's the big dog or little dog, right? Who's in the space spending the money? That's winning. Okay. Now let's break it down. What are they doing? And then you just start analyzing. Look at their ads. Look at their social profiles. Look at their content. Look at their links. I've been very good at analyzing and figuring out ways to copy the winner. Like, that's search engine marketing right there in a nutshell. Like, look and see what's winning. Okay, here's why they're winning and how we can duplicate it and do it cheaper. So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting tired. I love you guys very much. It's been nothing but a pleasure, as always. Yeah. I don't see myself... Oh, I dropped my stuff here. Whoa there, Palmer. You're getting crazy now. I dropped my nicotines here. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your night. If there's anything I could ever do for you, or if you need anything, book a time. I'll be happy to speak with you. If you're looking to maximize your SEO, maximize Google Business Profile, you want to rank farther, faster, cheaper, you're looking to fire some people within your business, I can help you. You're looking to optimize what you have, I can help you. I love you guys. You have a great rest of your night, and